Hello, everybody. Welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Please leave your bias at the door and join us for a Wednesday night super stream, which we hope is going to be a lot of fun. 2021 COVID football scheduling means we've got a load of games all kicking off at different times, all on various places, we think, in the ether, although I might need some people's help using the Sky Red button because nothing's appearing quite yet at the moment. But apparently we should have access to all of the championship games. And we've got a Premier League game as well. And then there is an entire Sky Sports championship game at 8:15 as well. Should all be good fun. The ticker is going. Obviously, only one of those games along the bottom has kicked off. It is half-time in Burnley versus Fulham. It's 0-0. That's a dearly departed game. And after Fulham's win at Everton, it's a pretty important game if the Cottagers could get the win. Anyway, let me know that you can see me, hear me loudly, clearly. And we will get into team news and all of that good stuff before we go any further. However, we must say a big thank you to David, whose Watford lot won again last night. David, fan of the channel, happy to support great content, is our fan sponsor for the super streams. You too can get involved over on patreon.com like David has. Lots of good stuff. Q&A show already stacked with questions for the Q&A tomorrow. Really looking forward to that. You can also support anytime during the broadcast via Super Chat as well. If you see this anywhere, hit it. If you're watching on Twitter, Facebook, on YouTube, hit the button. Always a good time in the Super Stream. And do not be fooled if we only have 8 games or whatever it is tonight. We only had 10 at the weekend and it was just like raining goals, wasn't it? So a really, really good time. Let's go and check the chat out. What's going on here? Burnley Fulham game has been shocking. Everything's good. Business is about to pick up, Liam. Don't you worry. Evening, James. Excited for the fixtures tonight. No, it's nervous. QPR Brentford. I'm not surprised. Mr. E is here. Owen is going for a 2-2. Forest are off to Swansea, aren't they? Oof, tricky game. Howdy to Iain, who will be no doubt all over Bournemouth and Rotherham. Big Thierry Henry link today. Obviously, I'm a man with a championship YouTube channel. Give me Thierry Henry every day of the week. Some big games today. Ada Costa, love it. Hi to Carl. Looks like Blues have switched system. Could be a last stand for Aitor Karanka, especially given the decisiveness with which the Bristol City board acted yesterday. Hi to Eli. 3-1 to the mighty Bees. Wigan beat Hull 8-0 last season. Now Hull are beating Wigan. You can almost call them two different clubs, though, pre and post administration. We'll see how we go. Hopefully with Thierry Henry looking to impress. Yeah, I'm all over it, Zach. Love it. Watching Lions v Brum. Nice one. Gaza, thoughts on Ipswich Town? Have you got all day? Yeah, exactly. We'll talk about all of that good stuff last night. Have not seen that, but have heard about Karanka's post-match there. Chris is watching his 7,000th game of the season there. Mansfield and Bolton sounds fun. Evening to Joel. Evening to Blur Boy from Florida. Nice. There's no other way. Yes, Stephen. Good win for the Borough last night. Much needed. Right. Before we go to the teams, I'm hoping, because I'm a technical Luddite who can't even use this most of the time, from what I've read, when we get past 7 o'clock, apparently I'm just going to click on Sky Sports Football and press the red button, right? And, there you go. It already says match choice now. Damn, I think we've got it. I wasn't doing that a minute ago. It was saying watch in Ultra HD. And I'm like, I haven't got an Ultra HD TV. I was getting very stressed. Right. That's sorted. So, Blur, Modern Life. Beautiful. I saw Blur, Noel, at Hyde Park in 2009 or whenever it was when they came back the first gig that came on sale. Beautiful. Great show that was. So how's this for an idea, guys? We wait for the first goal. When the first goal goes in, we go to that game and we switch every goal. Does that sound all right? Let me know. I can't think of a better way. Yes, going to be fun, Stephen, when we poll for goal of the round. What more is going to be up there, is he? Beauty from Huddersfield in that game as well. The free kick. Oh, Hull are 5-0 up now. Wow. Hope Austin scores. Brentford fans hate him. That's tremendous. What else have we got here? Yes, good idea. Look, I've been asked about that so many times. I'll go chapter and verse on Patreon on referee Drysdale last night. I did a bit on the stream at lunchtime. I should be able to find out some more, if you know what I mean. So leave that with me. Let's get Gillette Soccer up on the iPad, and we'll have the red button on the main screen, and the man cave in all its glory is looking resplendent and wonderful. Right. Let me just get you updated on all of this. So 7 p.m. kickoffs. Leaders Norwich visiting Coventry. Millwall and Birmingham. Is it Karanka's last stand? We pull something out of the fire here. QPR Brentford. Wow. Always a grudge match, that one. And then the other 7, Swansea versus Forest. I like that. I like this round of games. This has got stories written all over it, I think. 7:45, Barnsley. Weekend heroics against Blackburn. And then 8:15 kickoff, Bournemouth. Are we going to close in on... We've had Roy Keane's Ipswich and Frank Lampard's Derby. Are we going to have Thierry Henry's Bournemouth? As you can guess, I'm pretty up for that. That sounds quite fun to me. Against in-form Rotherham as well. So should be fun. Let's check out some teams real quick. Where are we? We're 2 minutes from kickoff. I should hurry the hell up, shouldn't I? Right, what do we got? Coventry, Norwich. I believe Norwich are unchanged. Krull, Aarons, Hanley, Gibson, Janulis, Skip McLean, Buendia, Vrancic, Cantwell, Pookie, Buendia plays, Norwich win. Wilson in goal for Cov, Rose, McFadzean, Hyam, Shipley, DeCosta, no McCallum, obviously on loan from Norwich, James, Allen, O'Hare, who we've enjoyed, Hamer, who we've enjoyed, Tyler Walker. That must be a first start in a while, mustn't it? He's back from injury. Actually, let me just poll you. Which 7 o'clock game shall I start with as well? Because we've got to start with a game. You've got a choice of Coventry, Norwich, Millwall, Birmingham, QPR, Brentford, Swansea, Forest. Bear in mind, Blackburn, Barnsley. Bear in mind, we did both Brentford and Barnsley at the weekend, didn't we? We're going to flit around the games. Wherever there's the most goals is where we're going to spend the most time for sure. Obviously, timing of goals is important in this little switching around of games that I'm planning here. Should be a lot of fun, shouldn't it? Right, Swansea and Forest. This is going to look a lot different than when they played in the FA Cup. And Swans cruised in 5-1. Damn it. There's your Swans team. Woodman, Norton, Bennett, Guay, Bidwell and Roberts, Grimes and Fulton and Hurahan, Ayew and Lowe. Standard. Forest, Samba, Christie, Figueiredo, Worrell, Ribeiro, Cafu, Garner, Knockhart, Kravinovic. Lolly starts, okay. And Graben starts as well. So Lolly and Graben, we've seen Glenn Murray in that position. And we've seen Luke Freeman up there as well. So maybe a couple of changes there for Forest. The Forest fans will correct me if I'm wrong on that one, no doubt. It looks like we've kicked off at Coventry and at QPR. We are go, as Murray Walker used to say on the Formula One. Let's just go through the teams for Rangers and Brentford. Rangers there, Dieng in goal, Dickey, Cameron, Barbe, back three. Let me just get the phone up there. ready on the notifications. Lovely stuff. Wallace and Kane are the wing backs. Johansson, Bull, Chair, Dykes, and Austin for Brentford. Interesting. Ethan Pinnock is not in the 11. Didn't have a great game, did he? Very complicit in the second goal and did lose Chapman for the first goal as well, didn't he? Raya, Reed, and Sorensen is a new back partnership there. First start for Reed, Dalsgaard and Henry, Janel, Jensen, De Silva, Fosu starts, Tony, Kanyos. So Mbuemo and Pinnock, who have been mainstays of that team, are not starting. Interesting from Thomas Frank. Which other ones have we got to look at here? 1, 2, 3, 4. If I do that by round, surely one more is going to appear. No, that is it for our 7 p.m.s. No, it's not. There's Millwall and Birmingham. Hey ho. Let's check out the teams there. Bart in goal for Millwall. Romeo, Cooper, Hutchison, Malone. Evans and Woods, double pivot. Mason, Bennett, Thompson, Wallace returns. Matt Smith starts. So I think a few of our subscribers will be pleased with that one. Etheridge in goal for Blues. Dean, San Jose, Clark Salter with the start. Pedersen and Colin. Gardner, Sunjic, Harper starts. Hogan and Jutkovic. Karanka with the air of throwing a lot of stuff against the wall and hoping something sticks. Dare I say. Right, let's just quickly visit Burnley, Turf Moor, happy place, or whatever it is I'm supposed to say. We just have a look at the Fulham 11 from our dearly departed perspective. Ariola in goal, Tete, Anderson, Adrabio, Aina. We have a goal. Ladies and gentlemen, is it Karanka's last stand? It is Millwall 1, Birmingham 0. And the iFollow feed has not quite yet caught up. So we're going to get to see the goal in real time, I think. It says 3 minutes. Millwall have taken the lead. It's attacking set play for Millwall here. Smith on the back post, headed clear. The worst start here for Aitor Karanka and for Millwall. Keep an eye on this because this goal is going in any second. Apologies if you're on the red button. Spoiler alert, obviously, but hey, spoiler alert kind of comes with the territory with this show, doesn't it? So it's thrown down the right-hand side. Harley Dean is going to take it. We're just looking for a mistake about to happen. Big throw, headed up in the air. Flicked on by Smith. San Jose. Oh, no. Oh, dear. It's an absolute howler from San Jose. He completely undercooks the back pass and Jed Wallace nicks in there and gives Millwall the lead. The worst possible start for Birmingham. Not only are they a goal down, but it was a rubbish goal and a mistake as well from one of their more trustworthy older heads. 1-0 Millwall. Jed Wallace with the first goal of the Super Stream. And shotgun rules, I think, is cool, isn't it? We stay with this game now until something else happens. Oh, dear. You've got to laugh. Lasted 3 minutes. 2 minutes short back pass. Jed's nipped in. What was he thinking? Have you just made a dodgy prediction there? Karanka done, I think, says Zach. Bad back pass. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Imagine Patrick Vieira and Thierry Henry managing Birmingham and Bournemouth. Would be utterly tremendous, wouldn't it? James said disappointed about the lack of Placheta on the Norwich bench, but Hernandez is there. I mean, first world problems, James. I think a lot of other Championship fans would say. But yes, you've been right before about the kind of one-note speed of those Norwich attackers. But still, a lovely roster of attacking players there. Right. Stories already developing. I'm sure you'll endorse me going to the live league table where I love to go. How far does this bump Millwall up any places? I think there was a little gap, wasn't there? Let's click on that and we will see. Oh, no, it's very good news for Millwall, actually. Here's your live league table. And after 12 points in 6 games for the Lions, they would go to 10th if everything stays as is. Remember, lot of people playing around them. Blackburn, Barnsley are playing each other, though, which is good news for the Lions. But they couldn't have done much more in terms of their start here. Millwall, here's a bits bet for you. Norwich, Mill, Brentford, Swansea and Bournemouth, 22-1. I'm sure one team will lose under the bits curse. You know, it's just called probability rather than any kind of curse. But long throw in from Birmingham, easily through to Bialkowski in net. And we are going to go... We're going to go to Turf Moor, which is going to be a very happy place for Fulham. And this could be really, really good news, guys, for the dearly departed. Fulham have taken the lead at Burnley. I'm just flipping channels real quick. Lookman with the corner, and it's chested in by the look of it. In it goes. Bobby Reed's there. Is it Aina who's chested that in, or is it Madja against Aina? There's a nice flick by Anderson, and Fulham lead. Aina has scored, and against a rival here, there's been a bit of a nightmare for the dearly departed. Let's just have a look and see what that does. We'll go live league table on the Premier League just to look at dearly departed Fulham, because I bet if we freeze time, and this could be famous last words, that gap. Ooh, look at that. That would be the closest it's been in a long time. There you go. Woof. 4 points, the gap, if Fulham can get the win. Nice. My dearly departed hat is well on my head, and I'm all over that one. I should have previewed that game, actually, shouldn't I? Obviously, a couple of catch-up games in the Premier League tonight. Right, let's get back to the red button. Or no, I suppose I should stay with this game, shouldn't I? If the rules is the rules. We stick with the latest goal. Let me just update the banner there. So early goals already tonight. Jed Wallace for Fulham. Not for Fulham, idiot. Jed Wallace for Millwall. And Ola for Fulham, which isn't really an early goal because they already played a half before we started the Super Stream, hadn't they? But it's early in the Super Stream, hey? I'll keep up. So we stick with the Burnley game until the next goal. McNeil just crowded out down the right. The Fulham Twitter just tweets, it doesn't matter how they go in. They all count. Insert cliche there. Must learn to charge my phone before we start super streams. Oh, God, are they going for the super duper slow motion? No, that does in no way, shape, form or fashion hit his arm. In off the chest of Ola Aina there for Fulham. So we stick with this one until there's a goal in any of our games. You think Birmingham should sack their manager? I'll hand that over to the chat, but a lot of people think they do. Lee's got his Sheffield United hat on. He's not too pleased with that one. You should be. You want Burnley to drop points, hey? Here come Burnley, indeed. Harrison Reed sweeps that one up nicely. Here comes Aina, the goal scorer. A lovely drive forward by him. He's playing down the left. I've genuinely seen him play left back, left wing back, right wing back, and right centre back this season. Oh, Rodriguez, lovely ball through, huge chance, and Burnley have equalised. Ashley Barnes has scored for Burnley. Lovely cross by Jay Rodriguez in that one. I think Areola in the goal just slipped as he was setting himself there. But a short-lived happy place was Turf Moor. They're just getting a check with the VAR here. Rodriguez in behind. No, there's nothing wrong with this goal. Ah, yeah. Areola properly slips there, doesn't he? And we have goals. Do you know what? It's Barnes' first touch, kind of wrong foots Areola. And it's almost a missed touch here. He actually miscontrols it, which works as a dummy for the keeper and makes Barnes finish really easy. It was definitely more Ashley Barnes than John Barnes, that first touch, or Harvey Barnes. No, John Barnes beats Harvey Barnes easily, doesn't he? Harvey Barnes is a good player, but hey, John Barnes was sensational, wasn't he? 1-1. We'll stick with the Premier League game until we get a goal on the red button. How was your yesterday night on the Blue Monday podcast? Interesting. Lots going on at Ipswich to talk about. Good thing we got a podcast team to be all over that, so I can be doing this stuff. But yes, not good. Not good at all. It's time for Karanka to go, says Anir. Could be his last stand tonight. Could be his last stand, really. And we're expecting some movement in the Championship job scene. Obviously, after the dismissal of Dean Holden, we've got available posts at Bournemouth and at Bristol City now. A parachute job, and one of the best non-parachute jobs you can have. Ouch. Cantwell just missed the chance of the century. We're going to blame the pitch. There we go, Mel. Pitch at St Andrews is shocker. We'll have a look. Right. What have we got here? Bristol City and Birmingham swap managers. Can you imagine they actually did? There'd literally be riots, wouldn't they? When I asked you on my dream yesterday night, I was put on the fake news sin bin. What did you ask? Deary me. Terrible pass from Pookie for Cantwell. It's been a few seasons since I paid full attention to the Championship. What happened to Karanka? It's only been this season. He's been bad, to be honest. Took Middlesbrough up, didn't he? Fell out with Mr. Marianakis and the Nottingham Forest higher-ups. Just hasn't worked at Birmingham, has it? We are with Michelle Owen at Swansea. I wonder if they've got us a clip there. Into the box for Burnley. And cleared away by Fulham, and they have won the free kick. 3 goals, basically, since we've started. Jed Wallace gives Millwall the lead. Millwall will currently be going into 10th place. Birmingham, just so poor for them at the moment. Second bottom. Obviously, Wickham miles adrift, but that will be no comfort if you are indeed a Birmingham fan. That's not helpful in any way, is it? Am I a bit behind? No, I'm not. There we go. Maybe we're going to see this Cantwell chance now, which I think you guys have seen. God, they're in. Pookie's got to find Cantwell. Oh, God, yeah. I think who was right in the chat there? Someone was right. It was a poor part. Yeah, Mel. Pookie, who's normally so composed, just plays it behind Cantwell. I'm sure Pookie will argue that Cantwell sprinted too far and too fast forwards and should have held his run. And Cantwell will argue exactly the opposite. It looked like an easy chance. Birmingham go close from a corner, says Gaza. Millwall lead in that game. Fulham did have a lead, and Fulham's poison this season for our dearly departed has been that they've drawn too many games, and they had a quick lead here, which they quickly surrendered. And if they do end up drawing this one, then we'll be able to point at that yet again as being their main problem. Barnsley win 2-0. That's not kicking off until 7:40. We've just got this weird overlap. But there's literally going to be a game on the entire time we're going to be on tonight. So get comfortable on the Super Stream. Decent response from Birmingham, says Chris. We've got a couple of people watching the Millwall game, which is good. Watford and Reading want the top 3 to all drop points. That rarely happens, though, does it? That's why they're the top 3. When are they digging up the potatoes at St Andrews? To give them credit, they've got two teams playing on that pitch this season, haven't they? So twice the amount of games. Here's Jay Rodriguez. Good effort by him. It's in on the right-hand side. Drills that one low. Saved with the feet by Areola. And Kenny Tete is going to get that one clear. No goals since the Ashley Barnes goal. A whole 6 minutes ago. We normally get our splurge midway through the first half, don't we? But because of the spacing of the games tonight, we will, Kyle, I've been asked about that a million times on Judge. I talked about it a bit earlier. I'll do a bit more on Patreon. On referee Drysdale. Cross to the back post, headed over the top. Free-ish header. Difficult to kind of get the power from that far out. There's McNeil played it out wide. Cross comes into the back post. Yeah, totally over engineers the header and miles over in the end. Although they're looking pretty decent enough. Burnley, good response. Looks like Anguissa is going to come on for Fulham imminently. Iain has DM'd me some teams. On what platform, Iain? Let me have a look. Oh, there we go. Twitter. Let's have a look. We'll get the shapes here. I think. There we go. Oh, God, they've done it in number order, which is always annoying, isn't it? Johansson in goal for Rotherham. So the centre-halves will be Wood, Robertson and Ihekwa. Ola Sunday and Harding will be the wing-backs. So Wiles, Wing and Barlassa. In midfield, the excellent Crooks off Smith up top, if I've added that up right. Iain, there's your Bournemouth team. Begovic in goal. Now, if Kelly's playing centre half, Smith will play right back. Rico will play left back. Kelly and is there a Steve Cook in there? There is not a Steve Cook. So Carter, Vickers, and Kelly will be the centre backs. Billing, Lewis, Cook, and Lerma will be the central midfielders, and Stanislas, Surridge, and Danjuma up the top for Bournemouth. If you understood those shapes, I think we got it. I tell you what we did today. We fitted a Ring doorbell on the front of our house. Sensational. I could literally press a button right now and show you exactly what's happening out front of my house. 2 yellows early on in Coventry versus Norwich. Who to, though, James? Let's have a look. One aside, Grant Hanley and Julian da Costa have both been booked early on in that game. Obviously, Charlie, I'm absolutely all over Thierry Henry. Get him in there. Could be great for the channel from purely selfish point of view. Steve Cook injured, apparently. Ben says he had a bet with his Millwall pal that Sunderland will get in the Prem before they do. Doubt either of us will be paying out in our lifetimes. Well, you never know. It's a big club like Sunderland as well. Would seem to be below their natural position for sure. Millwall tend to punch above theirs, don't they? Particularly those couple of 8th place finishes recently. What is it with coffee, if you have your coffee black, that it like goes from being like really quite hot and then you get down the cup and then within about 30 seconds it goes from being a reasonable temperature to just too cold straight away and disgusting. Deary me. Preparation for the hordes of fans outside your house. Not in lockdown. Not in lockdown, hey? 2 yellows. At least Buendia is still on the pitch. Yes. The entire premise for every Norwich fan. Keep Buendia on the pitch, yeah? Sounds like a good plan to me. Oh, Nat is in his bar. That's tremendous. What are you drinking, Nat? I'm just on the coffee and the Pepsi Max today. Yeah, that's a pretty rude comment, isn't it? Try and read the room, Chelsea fan, FC fan, TV Taylor. Pretty poor, mate, to be honest. Millwall also had a late run for promotion. I didn't forget about them. I loved covering that. Absolutely brilliant stuff. 63 gone in the Burnley-Fulham game. The only goal in the Championship so far is Millwall 1, Birmingham 0. Scored by Jed Wallace indeed. 2 goals in the second half in the Premier League game. Iain gave Fulham the lead. And then very quickly, Ashley Barnes equalised. Nothing doing since. An insulated builder's travel mug for the coffee. Now, I've actually swapped from the travel mug to the Disney China mug because I wanted it to cool quicker. So I've only really got myself to blame, haven't I? Millwall look an organised team. If only they had a goal scorer. They've tried enough, haven't they, Millwall? Bradshaw, Bodvarsson, Parrott, Zahor, Smith. So many. Jake Cooper's going off in the Millwall game. What's going on there then? He literally never gets injured. Cooper looks to have done his shoulder again, which he originally dislocated at Birmingham. That's not good. Hopefully, although sometimes with a dislocated shoulder, with my completely non-qualified views, you see them pop them back in and, the players aren't out for a while. But there we go. Anyone watching Forest? 0-0. You got everything ticking across the bottom there, which makes that other comment about a vidi printer all the more ridiculous. When what does a vidi printer do? Puts the scores up. They're literally on the screen. Anyway, that's annoyed me. I must not bite. You lot always tell me to not bite to trolley comments. Millwall, only one of 6 teams in the Championship not to have been in the Prem. Is that really the case? Wow. Yeah. Oh, they punched their way. God. Action areas, last 10 minutes. 1%. 1% attacking in the last 10 minutes. Deary me. We lost 8 home games in 12-13 and still went up. Are we getting goals in the Championship? Not yet. No. I got very excited when Jed Wallace scored so early. I thought, here we go. Another super stream with goal after goal after goal after goal. Not yet. Remember, though, there will be a point after 8 o'clock where we've got 6 games all going at once. Lincoln lead in the Papa John's. Just seen the goal. I know I'm a few minutes behind on that. First, I've seen it. There he is. Lee, the king of the bin. Thanks to Ben and the room for improving my days. We got you. We got you, Lee. And check out the next, it'll be a couple of weeks. The next Classics Reviewed. Your game you're requested will be on there, Lee, my friend. That sounds fun, Anya. Let us know how that went. Ryan says, maybe you deserve the money the Sky producers are on as well. Absolutely love received. Thank you very much, Ryan. Honestly, they're only as good as the feeder comments. So you guys are vital. Clipped inside by Cavaliero, who I must have missed just coming on for Fulham. They're just showing all of the Hull goals. Ipswich have got Hull in 2 games' time. Maybe we'll have a new manager by then. You never know. Iain, we kill for a 0-0 tonight. Well, remember, it's a club that's just about to change manager, isn't it, Iain? Rotherham playing well as well. Rotherham don't lay down for no one, do they? Corner for Fulham. They scored from one of these not so long ago. Barnes gets a head on it, but more luck than judgment where it was going to go. Who's going down from the Premier League? Very hard to go against the current bottom 3, given the gaps. Let's see if Fulham can win this game that we've got on right now, and then I might change my mind. Oh, nice, David. How did Valentine's Day go? Wonderful. We had a tomahawk steak and lots of other nice stuff as well. It was fabulous. Thank you. Too many food questions now. Now, the burrito was less successful, I have to say. So we drove out to the van that had advertised on Facebook or wherever Shaylee found it, and we took our order and they were very nice and we paid and we got back, opened up the burrito. We both took a bite. We got a goal in the championship and it was absolutely laced with chili. I managed to eat mine, but Shaylee didn't manage to finish hers. Right, we are going to Coventry because there is a goal for Norwich. Norwich lead at Coventry 1-0. I think it was 29 was the timing of the goal. And if I get my act together and move a bit quickly, I'll catch it before I follow has got there. It's Coventry 0, leaders Norwich 1. And you can get a really genuine reaction from me if I can beat the I follow coverage with my technical prowess here. Oh, for Christ's sake. I'm not going to because I've literally just pressed on the wrong button. Idiot. Right, try again. I'm probably going to have missed it by about 10 seconds now, aren't I? Coventry 0, Norwich City 1. Here we go. Did I beat them? I did beat them. I've just literally scored. I can see Teemu Pukki being congratulated. Looks like he's the goal scorer. Pukki and Buendia together. Go figure. It's Norwich in the championship, isn't it? Let's see. Let's see how this goal went down for leaders Norwich. Do we get replays on iFollow? Come on, Sky. You can do it. Although I think they are just carrying the iFollow feed. I'm guessing it was Buendia setting up Pukki for some kind of tap-in as everyone heads back to halfway. And I'm still not seeing a replay of the goal. How annoying. Let me update the banner. It's Coventry 0, Norwich 1. No kind of replay shown whatsoever on the iFollow coverage, which is frankly pathetic. So hopefully I'll catch it on the Gillette show there. But we'll stick with this game now for a while. We'll stick with Coventry and Norwich, who lead through Teemu Pukki's goal. And can put the live league table up there. And you will see. Right, we're going to move quicker this time. Brentford have just taken the lead at QPR. QPR 0, Brentford 1. And I've moved very quickly this time. Ready for an attacking free kick down the left-hand side for Brentford, which I'm guessing they're going to score from. And right at that point, on the screen above, I'm about to see the Norwich goal. I'll come to your comments in just a second. Both Norwich and Brentford scoring within a minute of each other. Oh, what a pass. Oh, dear. Buendia just disgusting pass through to set up that goal. It's so easy for Pookie, but Buendia is just so on fire this season. Brilliant ball through, and Pookie just taps it home. What a player Buendia is. So there's the Brentford goal. And guess who? Ivan Toney on the near post from Matthias Jensen's free kick. That must be 24 for the season for Ivan Toney. So within a minute there, that's very telling. Two of the big protagonists in the division, Emi Buendia and Ivan Toney, both doing the business, which they've both done all season. We're just going to get another look at the goal. It's just slammed in on the near post. Toney's come off his man and is just able to flick in from the set play. So, couple of quick goals there. So we now have several goals to talk about. It's Burnley 1, Fulham 1, dearly departed. Coventry 0, Norwich 1, Pookie. Millwall 1, Millwall 1, Birmingham 0, and QPR 0, Brentford 1, Ivan Toney. Bad minute for Swansea, that one, because there's the live league table. And whilst Swansea are level, a 6-point gap will ensue. Obviously, if they take the lead, that's going to get knocked down by 2 points. But they're up against Chris Hughton's Fulham, who have 19 points in 10 games. So, good moment for the top two. Swansea will need to respond. What do we got here? Normally about 12. Yeah, I don't know whether it's just red button, but here's Fosu in down the right. Fosu crosses to Canos. Ooh, Canos could have gone down then. Stayed on his feet. Fosu's got it again, smashes it across the box, and it's headed clear. We'll stay at QPR until another goal goes in. Scary moments for us Swans fans, relieved by yet more Woodman heroics. Well, a bad moment there with both Norwich and Brentford both scoring within a minute of each other. Toney to break records. Well, he will. He will indeed. Another White goal. If you watch the Heroes and Villains show, yes, Charlie White has just scored. Charlie White was one of our heroes last week. Get involved every Sunday. I put the shout out for Heroes and Villains. Noah says, poor goal to concede. Well, yeah, they all are. You expect going against Brentford, if you get ripped apart by some really slick passing, then you hold your hands up. But it is just a set play, isn't it? But it is the top scorer in the division. Wyke and Jeffcott, automatic goal on streams. You love to see it, don't you? You absolutely love to see it. Oh, dear. Did I fall over a word? My apologies, guys, if I made a mistake. What is this guy talking about? Deary me. Beautiful graphs and spreadsheets. Says the big news of this match day, Swansea drop points to give others take advantage and Karanka under pressure. He's doing my job for me there, isn't he? He's right, though. As a Preston fan, I'm hoping for a Blackburn win and Millwall to lose. Well, half of that's going wrong already, Dan. Although Blackburn haven't started yet, have they? Imagine if Ivan Toney wins the Golden Boot and gets the most assists, as well as Brentford win the league. Plausible, isn't it? Although if Buendia stays fit for the rest of the season, it might be hard to get above Norwich, mightn't it? Goodness me. Here comes Chair for QPR. Clips that one in. Easy for David Raya. We will stay with this game. for the foreseeable until there's another goal in the Wednesday night Super Stream. You can support via Super Chat at any point. Thank you to Lee, who's already done so and is king of the bin. Otherwise, we will keep the scores ticking along across the bottom there. Past 4 years have shown if you look hard, some quality players in League One. They don't tend to stay there long, do they? I always estimate in League One, you play well for about 3 months and someone is going to take you, aren't they? Right, on cue. The Leeds influence is still here. Thank you, Craig. Another super stream to keep us all entertained. When do you take Jules Rowan's place at the host? Well, if you want to, you can write Sky a nice letter and get me a pay rise. But I'm sure he's quite happy with his job. But very, 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 very kind. Thank you very much, Craig. What did Sky just tweet? That looked like a fun one. Oh, damn. It's gone away. My notifications are botched. Something about possibly like 100th goal maybe for Tony or something like that. Could do with Areola scoring for my Premier League team. Maybe some penalties and free kicks. You're talking about the keeper, yeah? Good luck with that. Burnley won. Fulham won. Fulham really could do with a win in that one, couldn't they? Draws the curse of the season. Coventry 0. Norwich 1. Buendia to Pookie. Millwall 1. Birmingham 0. Jed Wallace. Horrible mistake by San Jose. QPR 0. Brentford 1. And Ivan Toney with his 24th goal of the season. Right. Let's switch over where things are charged in here. Is that in shot? No, it's not. That's all right, isn't it? Oh, my God. That's got to go all the way around the other side. Oh, God, what a disaster that is. Oh, no, it hasn't. Go on, get in there. There we go. Think we got enough charge on the phone. Yeah, we're good. We are all good. Love this Norwich third kit. Looks like a bus seat pattern. That's tremendous. Everton v City on Prime at 8:15. Yeah, you can watch that if you want. We'll keep an eye on our dearly departed games and our championship games. If Tim Sherwood is on Sky Sports, I can get it. Tim Sherwood has something I don't, and that's Premier League Champions Winners Medal. And Fosu to Tony, nearly in behind again there. And he's managed 2 massive clubs as well in Spurs and Villa, hasn't he? Ivan Toney come to Arsenal. Yeah, I'm sure a few would take him, wouldn't they? Millwall have been poor since taking the lead, says Gaza. I mean, they didn't have to do a lot to take the lead, did they? Mistake from San Jose, of course. What are my dogs barking at? I hope they're being good for their mum. A free kick to Brentford. Iain says Tony has scored in 11 away league games and that's had a hand in 17 goals in front of. Just sensational, isn't it? Sensational. Talking about Bristol City's away kit should come with a government health warning. The purple one, right? I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. Free kick to the Bees of Brentford. Tony's having a look at this one with Matthias Jensen as well. Can he add that to his playbook, Tony? Jensen's pretty decent on the set plays as well, isn't he? Brentford looking to double their lead. Got it on both screens at the moment. Oh, there you go. Top screen's beating the bottom one over the top from, I didn't even see who took it in the end. I was looked up. I think it was Tony who hit it, wasn't it? Tony or Jensen, yeah. Corner for Brentford, who lead, as do Norwich. So the current top two, both leading in away games as well, both 1-0 up around that half an hour mark. We've just gone back to Coventry, Norwich, indeed, on the Gillette show on Sky. So I don't know whether there's been another chance there. Corner for Brentford, though, goes into the near post. Dalsgaard with a bit of a Bruce Lee type effort there. Doesn't connect. And QPR get it clear. There we go. Corner for Norwich. Oh, chance at the back post there. I can't quite see who headed that, but free header at the back post, had a run at it as well. Goodness me. Most god-awful kit. Oh, no, I know about that Coventry brown kit. My father used to work for Eastern Counties Farmers and used to have overalls that colour as well. There you go. There's one for the chat. Who's the next Bristol City manager then? Get your comments in on that. Swansea 0, Forest 0. They're just getting an update on Sky. They're 40 minutes in on that one. Goalless. Swansea will be feeling the pressure, though. I know they've got the 2 games in hand, but 6-point gap going in as it stands. You've got to play the long game, though. The long game throughout the season and throughout the game. You can't win the game before half-time, can you? Gary Neville. There we go. Paul Kirk. Yeah. If I'm Paul Cook, do I want to go to Bristol City or do I want to go to Ipswich? I'm going to Bristol City, aren't I? Evening Bendo. Who's Bendo? Oh, evening Ben. Do you rate Andre Dazelle? Yeah, of course I rate Andre Dazelle. Really good player. Needs to be coached well, but it's definitely a good player in there. Obviously, hasn't been coached well at Ipswich, but then who has? Real talent if given the right circumstances. Did I watch Preston Watford last night? Did you think it was a penalty? I didn't watch it, but I did think it was a penalty from what I saw in the replay. The tricky thing with Bristol City is didn't they? Yeah, they did speak to a load of man. I think they spoke to Chris Hughton, didn't they? As well, I was expecting that to be the hire, but in the end, didn't happen. Thank you, Jim. Always great support there. £3 from Jim. Thank you so much on the super chat. Hashtag back the bloom. Hashtag bung ben a bob. Bung ben a bob. Bung ben a bob. Bung bendo a bob. Deary me. Crossed in there. QPR player went down in the box there. So I had my eyes elsewhere. His chair, edge of the box, being tracked by Josh De Silva. It went out to Barber. He tried to cross it in. Deflected. That's corner for QPR. 43-30 gone. Obviously, we stay with this game until we get another goal. And we have another goal. It is Coventry 0, Norwich 2. And I'm going to catch it in time this time. There we go. Norwich go 2-0 up just before half-time. The iFollow feed has not caught the goal. So we will get there first. Norwich going to go in 2-0 up. Again, I'll repeat my straightforward logic. Buendia returns and they're about to win, by the looks of it, their second straight game since he's got back. Looks like they're going to score on the counter, though, because it's an attacking throw-in for Coventry, and Shipley down the left into Hamer. Inside it goes. Coventry play back into their own half. I'm worried how Norwich are going to score from this. It's going to be a giveaway. Oh, no. Hyam, I think it was McFadden, just robbed. In goes Pookie, and guess who scored, everybody? Emi Buendia literally is worth 170 million quid to Norwich because he's single-handedly dragging them to promotion this season there. Poor from, I think it was McFadden, wasn't it? Gets robbed on halfway. Pookie does well, far more composure this time because he had another one to play Cantwell in earlier in the game. But he gets this one bang right, and it just doesn't seem much argument now that Buendia is sort of the elite player in the division, and he's just having a superb season. And God forbid what Norwich would do if he got injured. We saw what happened to him when he was suspended, but a goal and an assist within 45 minutes of this game. And Buendia is the man again, isn't he? Let me update the banner. Oh, no, I've already updated the banner there. So we're all good down the bottom. We'll stay with this one. Well, no, we won't actually, because it's gone to half time. So I think what I will do is flip on to, can I get Barnsley and Blackburn? They're literally about to kick off at 7:45, aren't they? There we go. So we'll stick with Barnsley and Blackburn over the half-time period. What do we got here in the chat? EFL on Quest call up is pending. You tell him, send him a strongly worded letter, hey? Callum Davidson would be a good shout for a championship. He's working for Millwall, wasn't he? Gazza. Goal Norwich. We caught it in time, didn't we? Craig says Eddie Howe for Bristol City. I wonder if he'd take that. Yeah, it seems to be far enough south, doesn't it? Decent enough job for him to take. I wonder. Pookie to Buendia. The first one was Buendia to Pookie. The second one was Pookie to Buendia. That goal was scored by Buendia. It was all thanks to Pookie. Was it, James? Or was it a horrible bit of defending by... actually, let me not discredit this guy if it wasn't. It was Carl McFadden who gets completely caught on the ball, wasn't he? Horrible bit of defending. Brentford on top and then score. Then we were on top after. Chris says Coventry pretty abject first half. Appears to be that way. Who would I consider elite players in the league? God, plenty of them. How long have you got? I know it's on topic, off topic, but do you think anyone will ever break Reading's 106-point record? No, probably not. No, it's a ridiculous number of points, isn't it? Unless we get, I don't know, unless like someone gets relegated from the Premier League, a really big club comes down and just keeps all their players and walks their way through the division. Coasts. There we go. A point's good for me. They won't be staying up if they carry on drawing. Yeah. Fulham and Burnley, I'm sure Jamie is talking about there. I wouldn't be looking over your shoulder if you're a Leeds fan, though. Looks like a nice, safe finish for Leeds. I think Bristol City would really suit Howe. I think he's holding out for the Prem. Seems to be. Sometimes you can hold out, though, and the job never, ever comes up, doesn't it? There we go. Sugar Sea Gaming, making his own channel. He's back. Nice. 3 minutes added time on at Fulham. Massive for them. Yeah, keep us posted on that. Still, still 1-1. Fulham could really do with winning that, but ho-hum. James, BCFC are great, but then the comment says, we are going down. Maybe you need to change the name then. Deary me. Do you think Barnsley can make a late charge for the playoffs from Bournemouth? All depends on Bournemouth, doesn't it? If Bournemouth just make a decent hire and are vaguely competent, then I think they'll be okay. Do you think I'll be able to go to Disney Paris in April? I trust your words. I'm not so sure you will, Jez. But good luck to you. Maybe you might have to wait. Or did you have children, Jez? Is it worth it for them? I want to see Gus Poyet back in the chat in the champ. No, it's supposed to have Gus Poyet in the chat, wouldn't it? Especially with his assistant Mauricio Tarrico, who was one of my favourite Ipswich players in the late 90s. Obviously, I know nothing about European travel, Jess. Cowley should get another crack at the championship. I think they will, won't they? Have you got any games planned to attend? Well, I did. I was accredited for Rotherham v Cardiff, but I chose not to travel in the because I would have been travelling back in the snow. Full time. Burnley 1, Fulham 1 is over. Fulham just draw too many games. Difficult to see an experienced manager going to Bristol City unless they're offered more control, influence. I just don't know whether they should expect that in modern football now. Bristol City have a philosophy and have operated well without whoever is going in. I can understand the experienced manager wanting that, but no, they ain't going to get it, are they? Half time at the Den. It's the game you would expect. There we go. Nice. I don't know what we're doing at the weekend. My whiteboard literally goes up. It says 7 p.m. Super Stream tonight, and then that's it. So I don't know. Should we have a look? Let's have a look, shall we? Championship. No doubt will be Saturday Super Streaming. Right, the Friday night game is Watford versus Derby. Now, does anybody remember Derby versus Watford earlier in the season? That was rubbish, wasn't it? Absolutely rank. So hopefully that one will be better. But we'll probably do that on Friday the 19th. And then Saturday, we'll super stream it, won't we? We'll do the second half of commentary in Brentford and then go all the way through to 5 p.m. Well, we're here on SofaScore. Let's have a look at the live league table. We're in half times now of 4 of the games. Coventry 0, Norwich 2, Millwall 1, Birmingham 0, QPR 0, Brentford 1, Swansea 0, Forest 0. And we are 7 minutes into Barnsley and Blackburn, which I have on, but I haven't paid much attention to. So both Norwich and Brentford are currently heading for 2 points per game. Norwich on 61 from 30. They're 2-0 up as well. Brentford only 1-0 up. They're 60 from 30 if things stay the same. Could be a tricky night for Swansea, this one, couldn't it? If they're having the pressure put on them, let's just say. Remember, though, a Swansea goal, and they're on 2 points per game as well, having played 2 less, obviously. It could go up to 56. We got a penalty shootout at Sunderland. I might watch that for laughs. Just dive into a game you haven't watched any of and go straight into a penalty shootout. Let's do it. Why not? Looking good for Norwich and Brentford today. Not so much for Swansea. They need a goal, don't they? But as soon as they get a goal, everything changes. Remember, we are getting towards business end now, aren't we? After tonight, 16 games left for a lot of teams in the league. Millwall could be a good day for them. Could be going up to 10th. Obviously, a Blackburn win or indeed a Barnsley win would put paid to that. They could do a draw in that one, couldn't they? The Millwall fans. Forest are level in 16th there. QPR are behind. Coventry are behind. Birmingham are behind. So it's really going with the table, isn't it? The top teams are winning. The bottom teams are losing. And we've got a penalty shootout between Sunderland and Lincoln. I've watched none of the game, but I will watch the penalty shootout because I find penalty shootouts massively entertaining. Watford v Derby. I was doing my hair that night. Yes, indeed. Gel says Forest the better team first half. Knockout hit the bar. Swans looking short of ideas. Not good. Very frustrating. Wednesday v Birmingham next is more than massive. What's more than massive, Jim? Gargantuan? Ginormous? I know what you mean, though. Armstrong and Dak. I have £20 both to score tonight. £360 return. Nice. Just remember Barnsley were pretty good at the weekend, weren't they? Pretty good. I watched the first episode again of Curb Your Enthusiasm today. Absolutely glorious. What do you make of the Birmingham situation? I'll talk about it in a second. Here's the first pen in the Sunderland and Lincoln shootout. Is this to get to the final of the Papa John? Sunderland scored the penalty, by the way. Steady decline from where they were under Pep Clotet. Well, looks that way, doesn't it? The most worrying thing, Harry, is that these are Karanka's players as well, aren't they? He's brought in most of them now. Certainly, if you took the first 18, definitely would have had a say in surely over 10 of them, wouldn't he? Here come Lincoln. Ooh. Penalty down the middle. Keeper gets his left foot to that one. Flips up into the roof of the net. And it's 1-1 in the shootout. Scully is the scorer for Lincoln. Chris says, horrendous performance by Millwall. Say what you really think, Chris. Shows how bad Birmingham are. Smith can't start and Bennett an impact sub too. Push Jed up front. Bring on Bodvarsson and Mitchell into central midfield. Tomo advanced. Right, here comes the second penalty for Sunderland. Ooh. He tries to do, pulls a bit of a foul. I think it's Luke O'Nien. I recognise that face. Pulls a bit of a funny face. Just goes underneath the keeper. Keeper should save that one there. Great close-up there of the Sunderland goal scorer. O'Nien. More of the same in the second half, please, says Russ, the Norwich fan. I think he'd quite like a QPR goal and a Forest goal as well, probably on top of that. Here comes the second Lincoln penalty. Oh, my God, what are the keepers on here? 4 penalties have all gone in. I reckon 3 of them could have been saved through the keeper's hands again there, Burge. Literally through his hands. Unbelievable. They must be knackered. It's 2-2 in the Sunderland shootout. I wanted to read that. There you go, James. Winner faces Tranmere in the final. I watched Tranmere last night. Played really well. Nice. Chances of a QPR goal. I think we've got a couple of people watching that one. They will be able to tell you. Here comes the third pen for Sunderland. Oh, my God. It's underneath the keeper, this one. I don't want to have a go at Palmer and Burge, these 2 goalkeepers. They're not saving anything. Deary me. Paul Cooper would have saved about 5 of these penalties so far. So here comes penalty number 6 for Lincoln, and it's hit the crossbar. So Sunderland lead 3-2 in the shootout and can, with the next penalty, go 2 up. God, is that really the case, AJ? Accrington Stanley seriously could make the playoffs, couldn't they? Unbelievable scenes. What a job by Coleman and Andy Holt there. Wednesday Night Lights with Sir Benjamin Bloom. Well done, Ben. Right. Here's the 4th penalty for Sunderland. Little dummy there. That's Aidan McGeady. I recognise him. 4-2. So Lincoln basically have to score both of their next penalties, or Sunderland just score the next one. There is Streaky Lee Johnson. Loving life there at Sunderland. I wonder if he'll be on the phone to Dean Holden. Right, here come Lincoln. They have to score, and they do. That is 4-3. But if Sunderland score the next penalty, they will go through to the final. Can I say the Papa John's Trophy? There is Michael Appleton. the Lincoln manager. He's been quite heavily linked with Bristol City today, actually, hasn't he? Is that Grant Ledbetter? Ipswich old boy there. Looks like he's going to take the final pen. Spots the ball. Sorry, Ledbetter. So here comes Ledbetter to win the shootout. He's going to be right-footed. Here he comes. Little feint. And he scores. Sends the keeper the wrong way. Slips it home. And all the fun of the Super Stream. We get a penalty shootout at half-time. You got to love it, hey? And Sunderland go through to face Tranmere, I think. Sky have just put up the odds of the next Bristol City manager. Paul Cook, 11-8. Eddie Howe, 5-2. Michael Appleton, who we just mentioned, 4-1. Russ Martin, 6-1. Danny Cowley, 12-1. There you go. I think Ollie's watching the same feed as me. Paul Cooper was about 5'6". Yeah, and he used to tell the penalty takers which way he was going to go first. What did he save, Paul Cooper? Was it 8 in a row? Someone Google that. How many penalties Paul Cooper saved in a row? A ridiculous record, wasn't it? Fulham fan. Always enjoyed my away days to St Andrews. Football and a curry afterwards. Oh, you can always get a good curry in Birmingham, can't you? Hope they stay up so I can enjoy one season after we're down. Nice, Jez. Nice. Played Sussex County football with Russ Martin. Shaylee and I went shopping in Milton Keynes. If you know the stadium, there's H&M and Primark. You lost in if you're with your missus, you get lost in the Primark for about 3 hours, can't you? Went for Wagamama afterwards. Russ Martin was in there. Tremendous scenes. Ben, very valid point you made before. Games in hand don't equate to points until the matches are played. Like myself, seems like you think it's not necessarily the advantage. Some think. No, it's absolutely not the advantage. I think the silly mistake people make is adding 3 points on. That's ridiculous, isn't it? Absolutely ridiculous. But this year of all years, especially if you're like Swansea and they're going to be added on in late April, not good. Not good. And there you go. You've preempted that with the next question there. H&M or Primark? I'd imagine we did the whole loop. I've dragged her to enough football matches that I just have to go along there. So my new Ring doorbell is telling me there is motion at your front door. I think I can Google a video. This could just be great stuff for the stream. Oh, that's interesting. Do you want to see the motion at my front door? It's literally the neighbours driving by. Right, here we go. Oh, reversed in as well. Nice work. Feels a bit voyeuristic, doesn't it? Literally spy on. And it's like one of those fish lens camera things, so you can see out for ages. Lovely stuff. Get yourself a Ring doorbell. Brilliant. Did I go to Victoria's Secret? I don't think they have Victoria's Secret in Milton Keynes. Big Forest, second half, please, says David. I suppose I should give David a plug. That's right on cue there. We're at half time. David is the fan sponsor of all our super streams here. Fan of the channel, happy to support. Great content. And you can see he is in no way leaving his bias at the door there because he's a Watford fan. So he'd love a Forest goal there. Although, not good. Those top two both winning at the moment. Norwich 2-0 up at Cov and Brentford leading at QPR. What's Keith Andrews going on about, I wonder? I don't have the sound on, so what are you going to do? Remember, Bournemouth and Rotherham kick off at 8:15, don't they? Which is, well, how far are we away from that? Only 10 minutes away. Where did we end the half? We ended it at Coventry and Norwich, didn't we? So we'll play the same game with the second half. Next goal is the match that we will go to. and then we'll just switch around and around and around, and then we will end up at Bournemouth and Rotherham, won't we? Because they kick off after everybody else. This is the Wednesday night super stream here on the Benjamin Bloom football channel. Where do I go for that one? There we go. Multi-events. Wonderful. Let's go back to the comments, see if anyone's talking any more sense than me. Local traffic with Benjamin Bloom. Literally, well, it's dead end up there, so literally one car going by. My Ring doorbell used to show my friends. Now all I ever see is foxes and Amazon. Oh, yeah. Thank God for the Amazon workers. My neighbour's cat sent. Oh, now you're ruining it now, guys. Saying this is going to be a big white elephant. This Ring doorbell. Leadbitter collecting the Man of the Match awards. Just imagine Accrington in the Championship. Well, they'll deserve it, won't they? Hey, look, we've got Wickham. We've had Burton. We've had Yeovil as well. Scunthorpe. Are Accrington going to go into the top 6 then, I wonder? Far be it for me to ever actively look at the League One table. It's not something I ever... Yeah, look, they're in the top. It's sensational. Look at that. This is the current League One table. And, of course, they are beating Doncaster, who are one place above them. So good. Look at that. Accrington will be going into 6th position, all being well if they can see out this game. That's so good. So good from Accrington. Looks like Sky just getting set for the start of Bournemouth versus Rotherham. The doorbell super. Should we just broadcast the doorbell? That sounds good to me. Salford in a couple of years in the Championship, yeah, especially now the salary cap's been cut. In it. Cannot believe that I grew up with just 4 channels watching Denange in the Queen Vic. Ken Barlow and Mike Baldwin. Now I watch Benjamin Bloom watching his own doorstep. Unbelievable scenes. Yes, I could do with MK Dons back in the Championship. That'd be a nice, easy place for me to get to a load of games. But there we go. They have been there before, of course, haven't they? Do I really want to read this out? We're getting Ann Summers and Victoria's Secret's comments there. I'll just put that up and we'll let it go. Accrington were in the Northwest Counties League in the 1980s. Someone's been on Wikipedia. There's Paul Warne in his Rotherham hat, keeping his resplendent bald head nice and warm down at Bournemouth. I bet it's windy down there, isn't it? Wintry South Coast. Jonathan Woodgate probably managing Bournemouth for the last time. This could be the last time. Right, I'm assuming the 7 p.m.s have all kicked back off now. Yes, they have. Let's go to one. Where haven't we been? We haven't been to Swansea Forest. Right, we're going to stick on Swansea versus Forest, where there are no goals. So we're going to summon a goal is what we're going to do. What are you on about, Sky? This content is currently unavailable. Not having that. It says I can have it on the red button. Did you see how angrily I pressed that remote like it was going to make any difference then? Looks like they lost the feed from Swansea then. Disappointing. We've done... Let's go to Millwall. Millwall versus Birmingham. Is the entire red button not working here? There we go. We'll watch a bit of Millwall versus Birmingham and we'll stay there until there's a goal and then we'll just... we'll ground hop, as people like to say. Maybe the last time, you don't know. Millwall 1, Birmingham 0. It's about 49 on the iFollow feed. I imagine we're a minute or so behind. David Raya on safari in the QPR Brentford game there. Getting away with one. Karanka needs a goal, doesn't he? Ooh, Smith trying to chase in behind there. He does not have the pace for that one. Free kick just over the bar there for QPR. Steph Johansson with the left foot curler. Jez is watching Dortmund Sevilla to watch Haaland live. Nice. Euro football hipster. Probably know you about one of the players in that game. Probably would be Haaland, actually. Who else have Dortmund got? Actually, go on. We'll have a look. UEFA Champions League. Did you know Paul Lambert used to play for Dortmund? Not that he mentions it a lot. Oh, of course, Dortmund have got Jude Bellingham, haven't they? There you go. Emre Can. Didn't he used to play for Liverpool? Sancho, Royce, Bellingham and Haaland. I could just about do. I'm struggling otherwise. I remember Dortmund winning the Champions League. And Paul Lambert was actually playing, wasn't he? And Lars Ricken scored against, who was that in the final? Juventus, wasn't it? Juventus with Zidane, Del Piero, Boksic. Oh, God. Some players they had. Chance for Forest here. Short corner. Ooh. Was that the first half where Knockout hit the bar? I think that's the first half clip because we've already heard about this. Free kick for Birmingham, which they're probably going to load into the box here. In it goes, headed clear by Millwall fairly easily. And they managed to clear their lines. Blues look doomed. Not good. I only watched Ben Bloom and some Wednesday stuff. Lovely stuff. The kids watch people playing computer games. How mind-numbing. Yes, apparently Claudio Reyna's son's very good, isn't he? Roy Keane would like to come out with oh dear. Yes, we don't applaud such behaviour. I think Fulham could pull off a great escape. They need to stop drawing if they're going to. Just a Wednesday night super stream. It was Burnley 1, Fulham 1. Unhelpful draw there. Foul. I think it's going to be a yellow card. Is there here? Was that Raheem Harper? Has been booked. It's a Millwall free kick. Birmingham 1, Fulham 1, Aina and Barnes. Coventry 0, Norwich 2. Buendia for Pookie and then Pookie for Buendia. Standard. Millwall 1, Birmingham 0, which we're on at the moment. That was Jed Wallace nipping in from San Jose's mistake. QPR 0, Brentford 1. Guess, Ivan Toney. No goals, Swansea Forest, which is going to stick a 6 points gap in for Swansea chasing that top 2. And it's 0-0 between Barnsley and Blackburn. We watched along both of those sides this past weekend. They're just coming out to start Bournemouth and Rotherham. We'll probably catch much of the second half of that one. There's 53 gone. We got Millwall and Birmingham up on the screen right now. As soon as we get another goal, by the way, we're following Doncaster 0, Accrington 1. Stanley heading for the top 6 in League One, sensationally. Free kick to Millwall on the left-hand side. Looks like Scott Malone's going to pop the ball down. Looks like a chance for Doncaster in that game we were talking about. They're in behind. Oh, we've hit the post actually there. Doncaster. Yes, Owen, I had the same trouble with the red button. Opinions on Henry to Bournemouth. Absolutely love it. Absolutely all over it. Get it done. Get him in the Championship. I want to talk about him in my videos. What a player. I saw Thierry Henry play a couple of times, actually, when Ipswich were in the Premier League. In goes the free kick from Malone. Headed clear. I don't know what Wallace is doing there. I think he slips, kind of lobs it back in, but it goes straight over the crossbar. Views, maybe. We'll see. Etheridge plays that out to San Jose, who comes forward. Millwall not pressing, just booted down the ground there. They've got the rebound, though, actually. Sunjic for Birmingham coming down the left. Where's he going, I wonder? Checks back inside. Into the box from Clark Salter, headed up in the air by Romeo. And Białkowski makes the catch. If Lincoln promoted to the Championship, we'll be playing second-tier football for the first time. Wow. I remember when Ipswich played Lincoln in the Cup, they had a massive load of fans there. There was like 3,000 or 4,000 fans. So there's definitely something doing there. Here goes Smith. He's trying to get in behind. Smith. Oh, we tried to play Bennett in. The shot's hit low. Smith, surely. Big block there on the goal line. Really close. Millwall coming to the second there. Smith just played it across the box. If he waits that pass a bit better, Mason Bennett's got a really big chance. He just kind of overhits it. Bennett has to leave it. I think it's Malone is arriving and he hits the shot low. Then Smith comes in for the follow-up and it was blocked on the line. The referee has given a corner. And could have been 2-0 there for Millwall. Understand Henry's potential appointment is good for the mutuals, but do you think he's what Bournemouth knew? Honestly, nobody knows, do they? We're guessing. Anybody who says Henry will be good or Henry will be bad, I bet haven't watched a single game of him managing at Monaco. And obviously it's a different... How many games did he have at Monaco anyway? You just don't know, do you? It's just a big guessing game. But be a nice story, wouldn't it? I do know that much. Corner goes in and it is cleared. I think he means neutrals. And I read mutuals as well, didn't I? Neutrals. Here's Pedersen, closed down by Wallace. And Clark Salter closed down by Wallace as well. No goals yet in the second half. There you go, 20 games at Monaco. Nobody knows. Did anyone watch any of those games? Nobody knows. Any similarities between Monaco and Bournemouth? Nice places to retire, both of them. Where would you rather retire, Monaco or Bournemouth? I think the house prices might be quite high in Monaco, mightn't they? There you go. Look at the Reading coach. Nobody had him down to have them in the playoff. Exactly. It's all a massive guess, isn't it? You just never know. You can look and on paper it looks like the most sensible appointment in the world and they're gone in 10 games. And like you say, Paunovic won everything. Oh, he hasn't even done well in MLS. And, you know, like you say, Reading in the playoffs gone up like 8 places or something since he's returned. Free kick to Birmingham. In it goes long. I think Romeo could have left that. Heads it up in the air. Headed clear by Malone. Thompson plays it back to Romeo, and it is cleared. There you go. Enough said. Brian Clough at Leeds, 44 days. 44 days, am I right? Remember the damned United? One of the greatest managers of all time with some of the best, one of the best teams in English football history. Couldn't do it. Didn't fit. You just never know, do you? It looks like West Brom are already planning their championship onslaught next season if they want Worrell and Mowat. Both be good signings, wouldn't they, at this level? Played into the channel looking for Pedersen. Millwall getting about it in the midfield. Looks like Thompson's trying to sort of get things going in there. Doesn't look the tidiest, most flowing game, does it? What are you talking about, Dave? Ben overselling Leeds again. What did I say that was oversold? Go on, Dave. The floor is yours. What did I say that was oversold? Wow. I didn't oversell anything apart from maybe Thierry Henry's managerial ability. Cleared by Millwall. The flag is up, though. An hour gone in this one. Karanka in more and more trouble here. Let's have a look at the live league table because we haven't been there for a while. There you go. Birmingham will stay second bottom. I suppose good news for them is that Coventry are 2 down against Norwich, and Rotherham have to go away to Bournemouth. Otherwise, things could get stickier. And that big game against Sheffield Wednesday coming up. Here's Romeo in the right back position. He is fouled. Like I say, we will move when we get a goal somewhere. We haven't had one in any of our second halves. 62 gone. Couple of changes there. Willock in for Dykes at QPR. They are 0-1 down to Brentford. Dennis says Cov having a better spell after 4 substitutions. Wow. Ooh, Birmingham coming down the right there, looking for Hogan, brother, in the box. Couldn't quite find him. Here they come again. Max Collin loads it in. Headed away by Hutchison. The cross comes in from the right. I think Gardner. And it's out for a corner. I'm still waiting for someone to try and argue against Don Revie's Leeds not being one of English football's greatest ever teams. It's gone very, very quiet. Because that's going to be a difficult argue, I have to say. I'd love to see the justification, but there we go. Michael Sheen as Brian Clough. Tremendous, wasn't it? Absolutely tremendous. I won't tell you my Brian Clough story again when I met him. I've told it too many times. There you go, Dave. He's back in there. What a team that Revie team was, though. And how many times they finished second and got to cup finals and didn't win as well. They could have won everything for about 6 or 7 years, couldn't they, on top of what they won anyway. There you go, dirty Leeds, bribery. I'm not reading anything out there. Yeah, Brian Clough definitely wasn't impressed with him, was he? But there we go. Headed clear. Back in by Pedersen. Is Hogan. Ooh, Jukovic turns his man. Shoots on the near post. Good save, Bialkowski. Oh, that was a chance for Birmingham. Wow. I mean, they still won a fair amount, MJ, didn't they? But just player for player, I mean, just crazy, wasn't it? Clark and Jones up front. Lorimer, Gray, Bremner. You guys can finish the team. Charlton, Hunter, Cooper, Sprake. What a team they had. Often still see Eddie Gray if you go and watch Leeds. He's there all the time, isn't he? What a player he was. Throw in for Birmingham down the left, who came very close there through Jukovic there. I think Bialkowski made the save on the near post. Could have hit the post even as well. Yeah, hell of a team, weren't they? And still not very well liked. Oh, God, yeah, that 70 Cup final. That's the thing. Everyone, oh, dirty Leeds. Yeah, because Chelsea were clean, weren't they? The fact that Leeds side is still being discussed 50 years on says it all. There you go. Chelsea v Leeds, best cup final ever. Oh, have you got the feed working? We can't get the red button working. How Forest aren't winning this, I'll never know. Swan's been terrible. Doesn't sound good for Swans tonight. I have to say, never noticed Eddie Gray, just the lovely lady next to him who asks the questions. I don't know what you mean. I could have gone and chatted to him, actually. When I went to Hull, the director's box is just like there's a rope there, and you could just walk along the front, and Radrazani and Orta and Eddie Gray are all on the front row there, but I didn't. I'm sure he would have been very polite. Birmingham look like they're coming on a bit stronger now. A handball. Yes, I thought that at the time, but remember we're looking for was his arm away from the body? I just think it was so close and hit so hard. You're always going to get away with it unless you're literally arms out like that, aren't you? Emma Jones. Is that Mrs. Leeds United? Here's Bennett. Quiet in the second half in the championship here. Erling Haaland has scored for Borussia Dortmund, for all you European football fans there. Talking of Revy, watch Bob Stokoe interview about him. Do you know, recently I watched the Clough Revy thing quite recently, actually. Classic stuff. I suppose Ferguson and Wenger is quite like that, wasn't it? And Wenger and Mourinho. Into the box, Millwall free kick goes. Cleared away by Birmingham. There you go. There's some players there, Iain. Incredible. And the funny thing about that Revy Leeds team, not funny thing, the amazing thing is, look how many games a lot of those players played for. I reckon 6 of them played over 400 games. Just incredible. And QPR have equalised. It could be a very good day for Norwich, this one. It's QPR 1, Brentford 1. An equaliser for QPR. Good news for Swansea as well, that one. Brentford have been pegged back to 1-1. I'll try and catch the goal before I follow gets there. Sam Field, you beauty, we're hearing. Cross into the box, goes all the way to the back post. There's Johansson, floats it in right-footed. Tony back defending. And there is Sam Field. It's a nice finish, actually. Just coming onto the play. The cross is in, and they just managed to get some support into the box, and the ball's kept alive. 72nd minute. Field, it's a good finish. He drives that one in low into the corner. And it is QPR 1, Brentford 1. Good news, as I said, if you're a Norwich fan, a Swansea fan, or a Watford fan, etc., up at the top there. And it could be Brentford could be only hitting 1 point from 2 games, which would be unlike them in recent times. And it opens up the top of the table, actually. Look at that, 61, 58, 54. A 3-point gap and a 4-point gap. There'd be really good news for Norwich at the top. They'd be 7 points clear. Yes, I understand Swansea have a couple of games in hand also, but points on the board. Points on the board. Sam Field, you beauty. I just switched the channel, Gaza, so I don't know what Jukovic did. Chris is excited about Janulis and Cantwell. Norwich looks like they're coasting in there. And we will stay with QPR and Brentford now. Beings, that's our rules tonight. We go where the goals were. And goes where my Rosemary goes. Da, 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 da. Who sings that song? I don't know. And we go where the last goal goes in. I don't know. No one clipped that one. Not my finest hour. Dan is watching Barnsley and Blackburn. Extremely even, but Barnsley are just about dominating. That sounds like a contradiction in terms. Half time, though. So 74 gone. QPR 1, Brentford 1. West London derby here. Remember, Brentford 21 undefeated. Lost to Barnsley at home at the weekend. Hoping to bounce back with a win here. They had the lead, but an equaliser from Sam Field on his debut. Edison Lighthouse. Wow, I could have been here all day. Deary me. Yeah, we're having a substitution here. Looks like Josh De Silva's gone off. Saman Godas has gone on. Your stream is better than my singing. Do you realise people pay me lots of money to sing, Iain? So in terms of finances, you actually got it the wrong way around there, buddy. But thank you for your kind words anyway. Wow. QPR are about to take the lead on this stream. QPR 2, Brentford 1. What a turnaround. Let's keep our eyes on this because we are about to see the goal. And QPR are going to go 2-1 up. And this could be sensational. Back-to-back defeats potentially now for the Bees. Let's keep an eye on this. Charlie Austin is going to get the goal. And as we say that, Millwall go 2-0 up against Birmingham. So as soon as we see the goal, we will flip over. Bad news for Aitor Karanka, who must be hanging by a thread. There, let's keep our eyes on this. Big diagonal right to left. Great running at left wing back. Cut back in. And, of course, Charlie Austin scores from there. What a turnaround. Charlie Austin does what Charlie Austin does. Big diagonal ball. He high-fives with Warburton. Dieng is out of the goal, celebrating. Let's see if we can flip channel. Why is the red button not working? Right at the moment, I need it to as well. Oh, God. The entire remote decides not to work when I really need to switch channel and get over to the Birmingham game because Millwall have gone 2-0 up. Ben Thompson has scored. Have we made it in time? Looks like we made it. Well, I can see Thompson running away and celebrating. But remember, we had this before and we didn't get a replay, did we? So Ben Thompson has scored for Millwall. Could be a killer goal for Aitor Karanka, which we may never see. Well, the iPad will probably catch up in about 3 minutes' time and we'll see it when Sky Sports report it. But Birmingham are not going anywhere fast. 2-0 to Millwall. Ben Thompson, we think about 75 minutes, and we are all caught up. There you go. I'm going to be able to see it on the iPad. Up the top, let's keep an eye. Right-hand side, Romeo into the channel. What is Hutchison doing up there? That's a lovely cross in, actually, by Hutchison, and Thompson in on the back post. Nice finish with the left foot. Could have far-reaching implications, that goal, for Aitor Karanka. There you go, Iain. That's tremendous, a super chat. Thank you very much, my friend. I'll stop singing now. Was it a joke with buskers? I'll pay you to stop singing. There you go. As soon as Rowett makes the changes, I advocate at halftime we score. Get in that dugout, Chris. Go on. Any more comments? Hey, there's a few of you remembered Edison Lighthouse. I just knew the kind of tune there. Watford fans and Norwich fans happy with the turnaround. Got to turn around. Yeah, Birmingham are going somewhere fast. League One. I'll give you that one. I'm going to go back to QPR Birmingham because I think this one is probably QPR Birmingham. Idiot. QPR Brentford. No, I'm not. I'm going to Bournemouth because Bournemouth have taken the lead against Rotherham. It's all happening. Bournemouth lead. Looks like Phil Billing has scored. If I can press the buttons quick enough. Oh, dear. Rotherham in defence. It's clipped forward into the channel. Quick turnover. Surridge down the right-hand side. Surridge plays it to Smith. In it goes to Billing. Oh, nice composure from Billing. Remember, he got set up a penalty with a pass from his back in the FA Cup game. Touch and finish by Billing. And Bournemouth take the lead. 1-0 to Bournemouth. Woof. Let's update the ticker. Jonathan Woodgate is very happy with that one. So we have goals in all of our games other than Swansea 0, Forest 0, and Barnsley 0, Blackburn 0. And how does the top of the table look now after that mad turnaround at Brentford? At QPR. And we should actually give QPR some credit and look down. Let's look at QPR first. They're going to jump on to 36 points. And look, they're going to be 4 wins in 5 like Derby are. Excellent stuff from them. So as it stands at the top, Norwich 61, Brentford 57, Swansea 54. A Swans goal will take them to within 1 point of Brentford in second place. Bournemouth will be restoring a gap of 6 points over Cardiff as things stand. 16 games to go, 6 points gap. New manager probably coming in at Bournemouth. Interesting times. Millwall are going 10th unless someone wins between Blackburn and Barnsley, in which case Millwall are going 11th, but they're 2-0 up nonetheless. QPR, well, I think we're going to go back to that game in just a sec because that'll be an interesting last few minutes. And down at the bottom, you can't see them, as John Cena would say. Birmingham are going to stay on 28 points. Good news for Birmingham, though, is that Rotherham and Coventry are both also losing. Let's go back to... we'll go back to the last minutes of the QPR Brentford game because we'll be on our own with, well, Blackburn and Barnsley will still be going, but we'll get a lot of Bournemouth and Rotherham tonight. So let's have a look at QPR and Brentford. 81 minutes gone. Brentford were leading. They are now 2-1 down. Those are your Wednesday night Super Stream scores along the bottom. Burnley 1, Fulham 1, full-time in the Premier League. Our dearly departed Fulham there. Draw too many games. They've drawn again. Iain gave them the lead. Barnes equalised. Coventry 0, Norwich 2. Buendia for Pookie and then Pookie for Buendia. Millwall 2, Birmingham 0. Really bad news for Aitor Karanka there. Jed Wallace and Ben Thompson. QPR 2, Brentford 1, which we're currently having a look at. There's Tony at the back post from the corner, heads that one over the bar. Tony had given Brentford the lead. Then Sam Field equalised for QPR, and Charlie Austin, who's made such an impact in more ways than one since there's been a big uptrend since his return, and Bright Samuel going out to Turkey. Swansea 0, Forest 0, Barnsley 0, Blackburn 0, Bournemouth, who only kicked off at 8:15, already have the lead. A 23rd minute goal by Phil Billing. Let's go to your comments, and we will keep an eye on QPR and Brentford. Oh dear, time to go, Karanka. Please just, yeah, okay. Ryan says, next 3 games for these teams in the bottom 5 start to create a gap. There's already a gap, Ryan. Could be 7 points by the end of tonight, couldn't it? Even with those games in hand, etc. Thank God for Blues. Yeah, so as you were at the bottom, as Liam Gallagher would say, Iain, everyone stays where they are. And when you're Rotherham and you've had a good run, you've got those points on the board, you'll take it. Remember, Rotherham are away to a year 1 parachute team. Oh, I think there's going to be a red card, surely, in the QPR. Ivan Toney's just been pulled down. It's a yellow. So obviously not an obvious goal scoring opportunity. I think that might be referee Langford. Is it? He went like this as if to say covering players. Tony got hauled down there. He was charging in behind, sort of left-hand side of the box, about 25 yards out. The yellow card comes out. I thought we might see a red there. Does happen a lot. Long unbeaten runs. Teams lose 2 on the bounce. Is that an old wives' tale? Anyone got any stats on that? You know me. Show me the numbers. What else have we got in the chat? We are 84 minutes in the Brentford game. Although, remember, this is coming from iFollow, so it's probably about 90 seconds, 2 minutes behind. Comment of the day. Saw you at Ipswich Music Day. Happy days there. Maybe we'll be back there one day. Who knows? Seems like Birmingham. This is Maradona. Deary me. Michael Morrison joining Alan Hutton, scoring the crappiest, best goal you've ever seen yesterday. Free kick to Brentford. And Buemo sticks it into the back post, looking for Tony. Just goes over his head. Woof. All going on here. Can Swansea get a goal? Can Brentford get a goal? At the moment, I mean, a good day for Norwich and Watford or a good round for Norwich and Watford, and Bournemouth as well, although they're a bit further back after their bad run, because it looks like Brentford and Swansea potentially dropping points on the same day of the season. Dieng with the goal kick for QPR. It's a free kick to Rangers. Jensen has fouled. I think that might be Field, the goal scorer. Oh, goodness. Buendia and Cantwell substituted. Right, Buendia is not on the pitch for Norwich. So they are now a relegation team statistically, aren't they? It's Coventry's time. Although they're 2 down with only minutes to go. Haaland has scored again for Dortmund. For those of you who are interested in Champions League stuff. Wow! Goal for Swansea. Swansea take the lead. Big goal at the top of the table. Swansea have the lead on 87 minutes. Let's go to the red button. That could be a big goal. Ginormous, gargantuan. Use whatever word you like. Swansea lead. And the landscape all of a sudden changes. And we've caught the feed in time. It's a bit blurry. I'm sure it'll fix itself up. I'm trying my best. There we go. It's fixed itself up. I think that's Morris, the American. I've not been following this game. Grimes plays it forward to Mayhew. Mayhew on the left-hand side. It's out to Bidwell. And would you believe it? Connor Roberts with another towering header against Forest. Remember the watch-along for the first game was a towering header by Connor Roberts over Sammy Amiobi to win that game. That could be a really big goal for the Swans, who are brutally efficient, aren't they? And they have the lead. Again, they're not putting up the underlying numbers that maybe Brentford, Watford and Norwich are. They're putting the points on the board, though, aren't they? Brilliant stuff from Swansea. Let's have a look at the live league table. And it hasn't updated. Watch it update. We might even get to see it move. Because Swansea are about to jump onto 56 points there. If SofaScore can register that a goal has actually happened. They still can't. So the live league table is absolutely no use whatsoever. But I can tell you manually with my working out on my abacus, it will be Norwich 61, Brentford 57, Swansea 56. And that could be a big late goal, 87th minute goal for the Swans. And the table still has yet to update. There you go. And that is a big goal for Swansea now. And for those people who do like to add 3 points on for every game in hand, that's a desirable position for Swansea to be in. Great stuff from the Swans. Very good defensively. So we'll stay with this game now. Tony's shown a yellow for a foul on Larbey in the box. Man City have scored, apparently. There you go. There's the big if, isn't it? So Swansea, if you do add 6 points on for their games in hand, will go top of the league. But we know games in hand don't quite work like that. It's Oliver. Good evening, sir. Oliver, Huddersfield fan. Patreon. What is happening to your team? Well, they're sliding down the table, my friend. 91st minute at QPR now. 5 minutes of stoppage time to play there. Although the difference between 0 points and 1 point, obviously you don't want to lose, but Brentford were winning that game. So the difference between 0 points in 1 point is significant compared to 1 point to 3 points. Not good for Brentford, especially if they're going back-to-back defeats. We'll stick with the Swans game here, and then I guess we're going to move across to Bournemouth and Rotherham for the remainder of our super stream. A casual 25 corners. Are Accrington still winning, by the way? Accrington in the top 6 in League One. And Paul Lambert can't get Ipswich with the biggest squad and probably the most money anywhere near the top 10. Deary me. I'll say no more. Well done to John Coleman, though, and Accrington. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Okay, I'll give you that one. My intonation was shot on that one, wasn't it? Guay clears for Swansea. And we are into stoppage time. Swansea 1, Forest 0. Also into stoppage time, QPR 2-1 up against Brentford. Norwich are coasting in. Liam, never use that word tremendous in that context. Full time, Coventry 0, Norwich 2. Buendia returns, Norwich back-to-back wins. You'd have enjoyed Wickham's performance. So, yeah, all the Derby fans are telling me they were very lucky to win. The numbers were tighter than that, I have to say. I was expecting to see 5 big chances for Wickham or something, but hey, Derby are on a tear at the moment, aren't they? In hell of a form. Into the box here, Glenn Murray blocked out by Ryan Bennett. It's going to be a throw-in for Forest. This is going into the box. Birmingham have a goal back. No, they don't. It's been disallowed. Karanka. Will he last until tomorrow? It feels like it's sacking season. Now the window's closed and there's still 16, 17 games to go. A long throw into the box. And away come Swans with, I think it's Morris, is 19. Foul given there, I think. Is that Garner? So it's a bit of a blurry feed here. It looked like the Swansea player just slipped over there, but every slide tackle gets punished now, doesn't it? Accrington, you just have to tip your cap to Accrington. Doncaster 0, Accrington 1's a full time. They're in the top 6, and Doncaster were 5th at the start of play. Brilliant stuff. Woodman. He's going to take as long as he can possibly take to take this free kick for Swansea. The 3 Swans centre-halves push the halfway. And this is going to go over their heads and towards the corner. It's like a rugby restart there. Accrington could be the next Wickham. Good luck to them. They could indeed. Turned over again by Swansea. Forest, excuse me. And Swansea come down the left. And Buemo shoots a goal deflected over. David Raya up for the corner. We back-to-back defeats for Brentford as it stands. A minute of stoppage time to go. Throw in to Swans. Richarlison and Foden are the goal scorers in the Everton-Man City game. And Swansea, I think, have won a corner. They are just so efficient, aren't they, Swansea? I think that's referee Eltringham. It is full time. QPR 2, Brentford 1. Back-to-back defeats for the Bees. The 21-game undefeated streak ends in the worst way with not just 1 defeat, but 2. And it is full time. Swansea 1, Forest 0. So Norwich win tonight. Brentford lose. Swansea win. Forest, their good form. Well, 19 points in 10. They're moving up the table fairly nicely. Big part of that rising tide. Millwall 2, Birmingham 0. Ooh, goodness me. Goodness me. Don't know how much longer Aitor Karanka has got there. That is not going well. Birmingham City tweeted defeat. And that is all they've tweeted, I think. Right. I'm on Bournemouth and Rotherham now. They're 40 minutes in. I think we're just going to see the goal again, which was scored by Phil Billing. Nice composure, touch, and finish there. Let me know if you watched all 90 minutes of any of those games that are over now. Coventry 0, Norwich 2, Millwall 2, Birmingham 0, QPR 2, Brentford 1, Swansea 1, Forest 0. We will be half-time Barnsley-Blackburn. That was a 7:45 kickoff. Bournemouth are 1-0 up over Rotherham. We'll pick up the second half of that one. Will Frank keep his job if Brentford don't get promoted this season? It would depend how they didn't get promoted, Jack. I think if they... I don't see them... Look, they're going to finish in the playoffs minimum, aren't they? So, yes, I think he will in that case, on the basis that obviously my model for that is Ipswich and George Burley. Ipswich lost 4 times or 3 times in the playoffs and went up at the 4th time. So, no, I don't think Frank... I think they keep him. If Karanka doesn't get sacked after that, the owners must want to go down. It's not good. Not good for Birmingham at the moment. Horrible run. That, I think, if my numbers are correct, and bear in mind I do this a lot, so they might not be. I think it's 6 points in 13 games for Birmingham, which is just hopeless, isn't it, at the moment? I did my best to leave my bias at the door, even expressed my worries. Forest for creating chances. Full-time, though. Swansea win. Swansea, those XG busters, aren't they? They are the most efficient team in the top 6. Fantastic job by Steve Cooper up there. Bookmark this. QPR v Brentford playoff final. Long way. And those teams, especially if this Bournemouth game stays the same, those teams in the playoffs have got a little bit of a gap as well, and the games are running down. Alex has been watching Millwall. Hard to watch, but a win's a win. And how many points is that now? So it's like 15 points in 7, I think, for Millwall. Really decent form for the Lions. Swansea just love Forest. 3 wins since the last. Oh God, of course. It was a good point. It was Swansea and Forest on that ridiculous last day of the season, wasn't it? There you go. There's a nice meal from Alan, rocking all over the world. I'm never going to say that, Chris. I don't. I think we can be far more articulate in our analysis of teams that don't get promoted than use that horrible bottling word. Say, no, you won't get me using that one. Lewis, didn't see your video. Spirit Keaty yesterday. And well, I think we're going to get to watch Derby and Watford on Friday. Swansea remind me of Sheffield United in 1819. I think Sheffield United were very exciting and innovative, weren't they? Whereas Swansea just seem very, very well managed, don't they? Shame Houghton let us down. Deary me, Russ. You can't please these Norwich fans, can you? Top of the league, 2 points per game. Oh, dear. The happiness in this chat is beyond anything. There you go. We're not allowed nice things, aren't we? The treble against Forest for Swansea, isn't it? Yeah. League and FA Cup wins. 3 wins from safety, says Alex. I don't think Millwall will be worried about that, will they? Especially they are upwardly mobile in the table. Well, according to my lovely 10-year average numbers, Millwall have 41 points. So they're it's actually only 45 points. Not even a point per game is the 10-year average for safety. So they're 4 points from safety. But we think it's going to be high tide this season. I think it's going to be higher than 45 points. Rotherham nearly equalised. I wasn't even looking at the screen. I've literally got it on right there. We'll properly look at that. We're just enjoying everybody's full-time reaction here. Look, yeah, it looks like Rotherham are pushing at the moment. We're into stoppage time in the first half. We'll have a look at Blackburn visiting Barnsley at halftime in this one. Up the Swans, says Adrian. Nice. Let's going to be, I think it's Wes Harding's going to stick a long throw into the box. Richard Wood, something of a Terry Butcher type attacker of set plays. In goes the long throw from the Millers, headed away. Danjuma completes the clearance. Here's Lewis Wing on loan signing. Neil Warnock, as Iain pointed out, loves Rotherham, doesn't he? Loves to lend him a player. Opinions on the 7 p.m. kickoff. I like it, actually. Yeah. Does that sound old, don't I? Especially like when you go to Reading or what have you, and it's like always 8 p.m. kickoff, isn't it? And you're kind of getting in your car at 10 p.m. to make your video. So yeah, I'm loving the 7 p.m.s. But yeah, you're right, Russ. If like this one, if you work a 9 to 5, you ain't getting from Rotherham to Bournemouth between 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. But hey, even if it's a 7:45, you're not making it. But yeah, I like the 7 p.m.s. Good for TV as well, isn't it? Got a big smile on my face, says QPR forever. How's Luke Thomas getting on? That's a lone player at Ipswich. I genuinely think you could take any player at the moment and put them into the situation and the toxicity of Ipswich. You could take Suarez, Neymar and Messi and stick them in there and they'd all look like goons in the end. So, yeah, no one looks good at Ipswich at the moment. Rubbish. Birmingham, another big club in League One. Possibly, yeah. Do you remember, Chris? We were worrying for Sheffield Wednesday, Forest and Derby a couple of months back, but they've all progressed, haven't they? James, I would have super chatted again tonight. No worries. Skitting after a landslide of cat products. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. Unfortunately, there is no yet. Oh God! Imagine a yellow and green cat. Oh dear, that's the worst, isn't it? Ben, talk about Birmingham and how you think they'll cope in League One. Well, I'll say exactly what I say for all big teams in League One bits. Competent manager, some knowledge of the league, a consistent, well-coached team. A big club should dominate in League One. It's very, very straightforward. And you and I, Bits, have watched a lot of it. So, yes. Splat the cat. Nice. Remember, we have dogs, so there will be no cats around it. I think Shaylee's allergic to cats as well, but not dogs. Maybe she just tells me that. Yeah, 7 p.m. a nice kickoff. I won't say it's a shame, isn't it? Maybe they could think about that for games where, I don't know, if they're under 50 miles or what have you, but people will still moan, won't they? People don't like change. What's wrong with a yellow and green cat? I don't know. What was that cartoon? Henry's cat. Was he yellow? Henry's cat. Now I'm thinking, did Terry Wogan narrate that? Anyone my age remember that? Deary me, I'm probably going way over lots of people's heads. Are the owners okay at Birmingham? No, Bits. They are not well liked at all. Birmingham should never have sacked Rowett. Again, I think this is a Mick McCarthy-ism, isn't it? It wasn't sacking Rowett that was the issue. It was hiring Zola and then Redknapp and then Cotterill and then the various others, isn't it? Oh, there you go, Shaylee. You can answer. You are allergic to cats, right? Yeah? Stay in the feed, darling. Or just come up here, actually. She says hi. Am I a fan of John Shuttleworth? Is he the kind of mock jazz guy? How about Saturday, 3 p.m? Now, that would be different. Yeah, right. How can you... So, Shaylee, how are you allergic to cats but not dogs? That I don't understand. I'm not questioning your... Of course, I would never question your truthfulness. Would Birmingham fans have Monk back? I doubt it. Do you know, I'm not hungry, actually, Russ. And rabbits and horses and some dogs with molting fur. There you go. a specific allergy. Any questions for Shaylee? Get them in the chat. Cats are the worst. Sonny says, best we played all season. Then Swansea gets some fluky header. Was a decent cross and header, though, wasn't it, Sonny? But that's what they do, Swansea, don't they? They get the job done. Let me just look at my XG numbers on Swansea, because they are mighty efficient. We've got 2 rabbits, Russ. Let's have a look here. So the point I'm making about Swansea, who are excellent, by the way, is they haven't updated their table. So basically, Swansea outperform their defensive XG by 12 goals. Wow. And they overperform their attacking XG. Basically, Swansea are like perfectly finely attuned, if you know what I mean. Like the tracking on your car. Swansea's tracking is perfect. Shaylee is like Bloom royalty. The queen. You're the queen of the channel bits, aren't you? I'm okay with rabbits, but if I'm with them too long, I sneeze. Shaylee is the channel. To be fair, there would be no channel without Shaylee, who has been working right the way through the pandemic to support this electricity that's going on here. The wage restrictions being lifted in League One will be massive. Yes, they will, Alex. But they should be massive for a club like Ipswich too. But if you have incompetence at the top, then you won't capitalise. There'll only be me. No, we're staying, Iain. We are staying for the second half of Rotherham versus Bournemouth, which is 1-0. Get your thoughts in, Iain, on the first half. Sonny with a super chat. Boom. They didn't play great tonight. We could have won that at a canter, but wasted chances. Lovely show, by the way. Keep it up. Thank you very, very much. 50% and the rest. Deary me. This is the first time Shaylee has been on the super stream. She come up. There you go. So the super chat has to pay for some rabbit food. Lambert needs to move upstairs. As long as it's not upstairs anywhere at Ipswich. Anyway, I'm being me. Needs to move somewhere, doesn't he? Birmingham have been flirting with relegation since Rout was sacked, dropping down a division, having a full-scale rebuild. Maybe the best option for them, like with Millwall in 2015. Yeah, all sounds good on paper, Steve, doesn't it? But you have to still be competent with all of this, won't you? Will Marcus Evans ever sell? No, not at the moment. Why would he? Because he can afford to stick in the money to keep it going. And obviously the club's not worth anything at the moment. So he wouldn't sell. He could put it into administration, but he's still going to make nothing back. And he can probably afford another, well, he's loaded. He could afford another 10 years of propping it up at a kind of, break even. So no, okay, the club's got debts, but they're debts to him. So that's not like having a debt to a third party, is it? So no, why would he? The only way he'd sell is if there was any chance they were anywhere near the Premier League, because then it's worth something. Because then there's the potential of 100 million quid TV money. So no, he's not selling. It would be administration rather than a sell. But then why would he do that? Because he's going to take a huge loss on that. Anyway, Norwich City fan, but love your videos. Thank you, David, and a good night for Norwich at the top of the Championship. Norwich winning 2-0 at Coventry. Let's take a look at the top of the division. If SofaScore decides to actually display the league. There you go. The league is just empty. If you can see on there. Let me try and remember this. So I think Norwich went on to 61. Brentford, second straight defeat, 57. So 4-point lead for Norwich at the top. Bye-bye, Shaylee. We got one half to go, darling, and then we can watch some Superstore on Netflix. Norwich 61. Let me see if this is working so you can see it with your own eyes. Norwich 61, Brentford 57. It's not working. and Swansea 56. So, yeah, you'd be quite happy for your Watford fan as well, too. What do we got here? Oh, I've been asked about this so many times. I'll talk about that on Patreon tomorrow. As I haven't seen it, I can't. Oh, you're not watching it? Okay. Well, you can get my commentary on it in the second half then. Yes, I've heard about this S-housery in the Charlie Austin celebration. He's that kind of character, isn't he? Rivalries are all then, but when McCarthy took control, I could see Cardiff push for the playoffs. I think Cardiff still have a genuine chance. Other three teams will be Norwich, Watford and Reading. I think Rowett is seeing the benefit of having a boss like John Berylson. Lots of chairmen would have got. Well, John Berylson is one of the flag bearers for non-parachute teams being viable in the Championship, isn't he? Along with your Brentford and Bristol City and Preston doing good recruitment and cycling through it that way. Oh, nice one, Chris. He's doing my job for me here whilst I chat to you guys and we wait for the second half of Bournemouth and Rotherham. Sorry, all over the place. Barnsley seem to be on top and pressing. Barnsley are pressing. In other news, water is wet. I think the Barnsley players wake up in the morning and run out of their bed and press the wall or something, don't they? Owen, not happy, didn't deserve to lose the game. Yeah, it sounds like a tight game going Swansea's way, that one, doesn't it? Friday night watch along, absolutely, David. Although, I don't know if you were here. That last, I nearly went mental in that last Derby-Watford game. It was hopeless, wasn't it? Both teams, it was when Koku was still there, wasn't it? And both teams played 5 across the back. It was rubbish, wasn't it? João Pedro scored a good goal to settle it. Di Canio versus referee Drysdale. Nice. But yeah, I think we give Birmingham a pass on the pitch, don't they? Being that Coventry and Birmingham are both playing it on the same one. Oh, Bits has lost his bet. I'm sorry, Bits. QPR screwed him. There you go. Right, should we see if SofaScore is working again? It's absolutely dead in the water. We're dead in the water now. Who sang that song? Would you take Ian Holloway at Ipswich? It'd be a no from me, but it couldn't be much worse than it is at the moment. Let me see if Who Scored or something is working instead. I don't think SofaScore might be down, deeper and down. Oh, Barnsley 1, Blackburn 0. Let's not go to Who Scored. Let's go to the red button on Sky. And we are going to see a goal for Barnsley, who were excellent, weren't they? Chris said that was coming, didn't he? You've done this before, Chris. Barnsley 1, Blackburn 0. Goal kick down the ground from Kaminsky for Blackburn. I'm going to be able to describe the minute leading up to this probably. I follows a little bit behind. Here comes Mowat into the centre circle. Gets a bit of a lucky bounce. I think that's Williams chasing that one down. Is it number 2? Thrown back early to Mowat. Mowat into Morris. Oh, good finish. Great goal. Second goal in 2 games for Carlton Morris. Just shaped that in. We've been talking about Thierry Henry a lot today, haven't we? Just shaped that in the far post, Thierry Henry style. A lovely goal by Morris. Now, if only I could bring you up a live league table, which we do need for SofaScore. But they appear to be down. If memory serves, Millwall's win put them up to 10th. So I think Barnsley are going 10th. Well-deserved on what I've seen. Question Kaminsky again. Did look like it was right in the corner. Why did Morris not score for Norwich, David? I can answer that easily. Because they never put him on the pitch there. Never got a chance, did they? And, you know, did spend a load of money on Jordan Hugill. And now you see Carlton Morris. BBC has a live table. Right, let's get my money's worth from my TV license I have to pay for. Where do I find this live table then? Gaza. Enter a competition. Championship. Thank you, buddy. And we'll bring up the BBC live table. There you go. Barnsley 12. I don't think that's caught up yet, has it? I think Barnsley need to have 2 points added on, don't they? They were on, they were on 30. I think both teams were on 39 at the start of play. So we will have a look at that in a second. Suffered with injuries, but he hasn't been injured this season, has he? And they chose to go and sign Hugill and a couple of foreigners, didn't they? Instead of give him a go. Did well at MK and now doing the business for Barnsley. Good luck to him, hey? He was dog do for us, horses for courses. There you go. BBC live table is never live. Annoying. Come on, SofaScore. Sort your life out. Be fair, SofaScore rarely goes down, but it is properly down at the moment. Well, it was Shrewsbury where I saw him get injured. I was at that playoff final between Rotherham and Shrewsbury. I think he did his cruciate ligament in that game, poor guy. So, but yeah, he's never got on the pitch for Norwich. I don't know if anyone's got the stats. I doubt he played more than 90 minutes for Norwich, did he? Let's see if we are back and going at... there we go. Perfect timing for once. For once in my life, I have someone who needs me. Right, BBC is updated now. So if I press back on the right window and don't... yes, you are right. Well done, whoever said that. Smokey Joe. And there you will see. So Barnsley will be going up to 10th. Millwall in 11th. But just keep your eyes on this one because Bournemouth can keep that gap to 6 points. And, look at the other gap there, Cardiff to Reading. That's the more pertinent gap to me because that gap is 8 points to Reading with 16 games to go, which tells me, yes, I can see Barnsley have got a game in hand. Or is that, I don't know whether they update the game numbers as they go. That tells me that it's unlikely that there's more than one playoff place to play for. You'd have to get some crazy stuff happening, i.e. Reading or Bournemouth losing 3 games out of 4. And it does happen. I mean, for God's sake, remember Middlesbrough under Pulis were in the playoffs all season and just lost 6 on the trot, didn't they? And out they go. What season was that? 18-19 when Villa won the playoffs. And of course, remember last season where Swansea were in it for 1 minute, weren't they? They were in it for stoppage time, basically, from the last game. So it looks like a reasonable lock. James, thank you for asking. We had great news on Charlie in remission. So we cross our fingers and we hope that the horrible cancer doesn't come back. But yes, Carlton Morris has made approximately 0 competitive appearances for Norwich. I thought as much. Yeah. Don't start me now. Favourite Stevie Wonder album. Can I give you a really pretentious album on that one? Pretentious answer. If Songs in the Key of Life was 12 songs long and not a double album, I know it's great, it's a double album. But can you imagine how good that would be if they just picked the best 12 songs? So yeah, my favourite Stevie Wonder album is Inner Visions, I reckon. Songs in Inner Visions, yeah. Time check, Chris. Right, I'll give you a time sync at 48 minutes. I'd have to say the best of the Beatles. There is a game in hand. Yeah. But remember, spread the word. Don't add 3 points on for a game in hand. Doesn't work like that. Right, I'll give you a time check if you want to follow along. If you're watching on Sky Sports. Going to be at 48 minutes. I'll count you down 3, 2, 1 if you want to pause me or pause your feed. 3, 2, 1, 48. Right. Let's keep an eye on this then. And I'll come back to the comments in a couple of minutes and we'll just get into this game. Bournemouth leading 1-0 through a Phil Billing goal in the first half. They're playing without Steve Cook tonight, so it is a slightly unfamiliar looking central defensive partnership of Lloyd Kelly and Cameron Carter-Vickers. Smith is the right back. Rico is the left back. I'm doing this by sight. I've got no sofa score, which is killing me here. I think the three midfielders are Lerma, Cook, and Billing, the goal scorer, with Danjuma, Stanislas, and Surridge up top. For Rotherham, I see Johansson in goal. I think it's Wood, Ihekwa, Robertson are the back three. I think Harding and I don't know who the other wing back, Ola Sunday, I think. Up top is Smith with Crooks off him. Wing, I can see Barlassa and Wiles are the midfield three. There you go. Name another YouTuber who could do all 22 players by sight. Boom. No aids were used in order to do that. If anyone could keep an eye on Blackburn and Barnsley, they are playing out the last 10 minutes. Here's Stanislas down the right-hand side. Comes inside Robertson and Barlassa. Rotherham back in shape. Kelly plays it out to Rico, who plays down the line. Danjuma tries to turn his man. And Rotherham come away with it. Wing tries to play it in the channel looking for Smith. Lloyd Kelly is well positioned there. And here's Lewis Cook in deep central midfield. David, I'd tune out right now. It's been a good night for Norwich, let's just say. Not only have they won, Brentford have lost for the second successive game. Here is Smith to Stanislas. Stanislas plays it into Billing, back to Stanislas and Lerma. Bournemouth playing a bit of keep ball. Paul Vaughan is trying to get his press engaging those Bournemouth midfielders. Lerma clips it over the top, and Rotherham will be perfectly happy with that. Best Who album? Tommy, or Who's Next, probably, isn't it? Swansea, the danger to Norwich. I wouldn't be too sure about that, David. I mean, in theory, from where Norwich are now, if they keep Buendia on the pitch, they should have a fairly clear run, shouldn't they? But don't rule out Watford, put it that way. And if you do believe in underlying numbers, Brentford will still have a good bash at this before the rest of the season. Quadrophenia, lovely stuff. Thoughts on Anne Robinson becoming the countdown host? There's me Alan Partridge gif. Best AC/DC album. Wow. Best AC/DC album. I want to give a pretentious answer because I don't want to say Back in Black or Highway to Hell. Power Age, maybe. Let There Be Rock. In the beginning. Hoisted forward by Lewis Wing. Crooks is chasing in there. Crooks nearly get a powerful player. Crooks there. They do well to shoulder him off the ball there. Carter Vickers was back covering with Kelly. It's just a hoisted ball up in the air, like I say, by Wing. Looks pretty windy there, actually. Seemed to be going down the line and then into the box. Here's Robertson in the left-back position, manages to get that clear up the line. Morning, Jacob. You'll be very pleased to see that Bournemouth are leading. Just had a nightmare thought. Norwich played Barnsley away last day of the season. Morris to score a goal and knock. I suspect they will have... I'd be very surprised if Norwich were below 90 points by the last day of the season, Richard. Put it that way, in which case they'll be all right. There you go, Chris. Power Age. Tremendous album. Oh, High Voltage as well. Just give me high voltage, rock and roll. Let there be rock. Quadrophenia. There we go. Some nice rock ones. Worst song you've heard. I've probably written the worst song I've heard. Some bangers there. Deary me. It's Shane Long on the bench there. I think he started the last couple of games for Bournemouth, hasn't he? Loaded back in over the top. And straight through to Begovic. Time for Freddie soon. Are we talking Ladapo? Mercury? I'm sure Iain means Freddie Ladapo. What would they do if they did bring him on, Iain? Would it be Smith, Crooks and Ladapo all on at the same time? Thank you, David. Probably the last one I put out here. Beers, everyone. We will do a live event. But we've got to film something. Joseph, we were terrible in the second half. QPR definitely deserved the win. Freddie Flintoff. Up the cherries, says Daniel. He'll be very happy with the current scoreline then. 1-0 to Bournemouth. Going to stick 6 points gap. And if Thierry Henry does get announced tomorrow, he'll have a 6 point gap over Mick McCarthy there. Crooks causing trouble up the pitch. Kelly, who wears number 5, but I always see Lloyd Kelly as a fullback, not as a centre-back. But hey, what do I know? My favourite female singers. Carole King, maybe. One of the Fleetwood Mac girls. I once depped for a show called Women in Rock, where I had to learn all songs with female vocals. Clip back in. Wood crosses Crooks. Oh, big chance. Oh, but it was offside. Good save by Begovic there. Richard Wood stayed up from a set play. Big diagonal forward. I don't know who was offside, whether it was Wood or Crooks. Let's have a look here. No, it's Wood. I mean, to be fair, they're both offside, but Crooks would have been fine because of the different phase. But yeah, Wood was offside. Good job by the linesman then. Just waited to flag until Wood played the ball. Now you want a time check, Jacob? I'll give you one at 57:30. Okay. What song gets stuck in my head? Amarillo by Tony Christie. Will clear anything out of your brain. Sorry, it was Jacob who wanted the time sync. 3, 2, 1, 57:30. There you go. I never really got into Janis Joplin, actually. I remember one of my friends trying to get me into her. back in the day. Oh, Susanna Hoffs. She in the Bangles, right? Here comes Smith down the right-hand side. Bournemouth right back. Plays that into the channel. Stanislas is quick. He is not that quick. Out it goes. I suppose Rotherham have been on top for the last couple of minutes here. Bournemouth haven't looked massively uncomfortable. It's been sort of direct stuff in trying to get Kelly and Carter Vickers on the turn and get Crooks running at them and troubling them there. With Henry Woodgate, they won't make the playoffs. I think we have to plead the fifth with some of these managers, don't we, where we just don't know. It's very easy to say that every unproven manager will fail, but every manager starts unproven, don't they? Climbing up on Dewsbury Hall. Doom, doom, doom. So I need to try and find a backing track for that, don't we? Dum, 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 dum. Oh, hello. Barnsley 2, Blackburn 0. I'm going to hit the red button. Barnsley sealing their win. Good few days for them. 6 points for the Tykes against Brentford and Blackburn. Tony Mowbray maybe continues to underachieve. Sealing the deal here. Sal Volcano is in the fake news sin bin. I did get caught out by one of these Nimrods the other day. Imbeciles, buffoons. Whose name was, and I'll say it with big gaps, Ice, Gap, Wallow, Gap, Gum, or something like that. Here comes the Barnsley goal. Moat arriving from midfield on that horrible pitch. Oh, great feet round the keeper and into the net. Quality from Moat. Will he sign a new contract? Barnsley 2, Blackburn 0. Let's update the ticker at the bottom, which actually says 0-0. Way, way behind. And Barnsley go 2. Well, they're going to go 2 for 2 for wins, and they're 2-0 up in this one. And they just look good, don't they, Barnsley? You can just see as a club them being the next team that we add to Preston and Bristol City and Brentford, etc., as ones that we feel Millwall, can upset these parachute teams with that big advantage. Here comes David Brooks, who's not been in the best of form lately, but certainly should be one of the better players in the entire division. He's going to come on for Arnott Danjuma. 61 minutes played. Is it too early for what would happen in the playoff video? Possible 6 games faced for each. We will get it. We will get it going. What normally goes down well at this time of the season is who's going up automatically. We'll do one of those videos soon. Have I heard you're so vain by Carly Simon? Yes. Didn't they comment earlier? Yeah, I stuck one of them in the I think I just blocked them. So tedious, isn't it? Chris says, I really think Mowbray has to go. There is Brooks. Turned over by Rotherham. Wiles has it in midfield. Well closed down by Lewis Cook. Put forward by Ahekwa. And the wind does take that one out of play. He's looking down the line for Olasunde. There is referee Stroud. And referee Stroud has booked Ben Wiles, and I've got no idea why. To be fair, Wiles was late on Jeff Lerma there. Referee Stroud loves an ostentatious yellow card. Mowbray must go. Simple as. Complete lack of any attacking impetus. What is going on? Blackburn have scored a goal back at Barnsley. Let's hit the red button. I wonder, is there any possibility of a Manchester United 1999 type comeback? Oh, I like that, Nick. Yes, I like that a lot, actually. In fact, I might now campaign for Mowbray to be sacked from Blackburn, because that could open it up for the Ipswich job, couldn't it? I think we're about to see this Blackburn goal here. Although Barnsley have got it high up the pitch. We're quite a way into stoppage time, by the way. Adam Armstrong is going to score this goal that I'm about to describe to you. Branthwaite, Elliott. This is going to be an absolutely sensational counter-attack goal. You won't see a better counter-attack goal than that, especially on that pitch. Splendid goal there. I think it was Elliott who played it through. Just two passes. Three players involved. It was Branthwaite to Elliott. Just bang, bang, bang. Barnsley amazingly caught up the pitch 3 minutes into stoppage time. Referee Stroud wouldn't headbutt any of our players. There you go. See you on the weekend. You might see me before, David. Might be emergency podding on Blue Monday duty, mightn't we? Right, let's turn off that one. And we're heading back to Bournemouth Rotherham, where there is 25 minutes to go. They are still playing at Barnsley, by the way, so a Bolton-like comeback from earlier. Clipped into the back post. Caught by Victor Johansson. Here is Smith. Ipswich should go for Rafa. Yes, please. Ipswich could not afford Rafa. They actually could, David. That's the annoying thing about all of this, with having an incredibly rich owner and who doesn't want to break FFP. Billing had a shot there that referee Stroud said was not a handball. Now, I think it hit Wood's left knee or thigh, and then his arm was very close to his body. So I think possibly referee Stroud is thinking, full time, by the way, Barnsley 2, Blackburn 1. Referee Stroud thinking, thrown into the box for Rotherham. They're causing trouble. Smith swings his foot at that. It's cleared. Just never looked in control of that, Bournemouth. Brooks manages to play away. Ooh. Now, if they'd got that counter right, Surridge was in, but an underhit pass there. Nice back heel by Stanislas. Just to finish my thought, I'd need to see that handball call again, but I think possibly thigh and arm so close together that the wording now covers that, doesn't it, with a deflection off your own body. Paul Simon, Ben, what about him? Got to love him, haven't you? Jacob, that may be the worst argument for any decision I've ever heard. If Lerma got a red card for the hand in the face, then that's a pen. Lerma's red card was overturned. So they admitted it was a wrong decision. So then, by that logic, it's not a pen. But there you go. Yeah, I'm afraid the laws don't well. Oh, great strike by Wiles there. Begovic tips it around the post. Excellent effort by Wiles there. Long throwing down the line. Flicked on. Chest. Volley, great strike, good save there. That's going in the top corner. There. Is one side of my hair longer than the other at the moment? No, it's perfect. Look at that. I'm just sat at the angle. Great shot, took it well. Good effort, wasn't it? Really, really good effort. I have got lockdown Barnet though. Needs a trim, doesn't it? What are you going to do, hey? What you going to do? Corner goes in. And the wind takes that one as well. Begovic tips it over his own crossbar. Still given in the first place. Yeah, but it was rescinded. It doesn't. The comparison is ludicrous, Jacob, and you know it is. Come on. Just because one bad decision is given against you doesn't mean that you should then get the next bad decision in your favour. Let's just stick to the laws and each decision in isolation, hey? you think it was a penalty, fine, but don't justify it by a wrong decision being given against you 6 weeks ago or whatever. Speaking of hair, I'm dying for a haircut. Lockdown Barnet, hey? Lots of people going for their own efforts. Josh King has come on for James Rodriguez. We're talking about Josh King playing for Everton now. That's a really good save by Begovic. We're just in a super duper Sky TV slow motion replay. Tipped around the post. And I can confirm it's very windy in Bournemouth. It looks it. It really, really does look it. Are we giving it a decent go? Yes, Iain. I mean, it was a very low percentage effort from Wilds, but it's a great strike. They're getting the ball forward. They're getting players up and around the penalty box. Don't let your misses at it. I've learned the hard way. Look, I've got plenty of these. I'll just tie it up for the meantime. I'm like Samson. If you cut my hair off, everything goes with it. I think I might have just missed a Rotherham sub. Sorry. There we go. Sofa score's working again now. Joy. Joy to the world. Maybe I didn't. Anyway, at least we can do that now. And you can be updated on what's going on in this game. 5 shots to 4 in Rotherham's favour. 3-1 on target, though, is revealing. One big chance apiece, though. It's a tight game, says my understanding of football statistics, which is improving. Number 1 all over. I ain't doing that. No way. Throw in to Rotherham. That's a good point, George. The Albion loan's done well. Both Field and Austin scoring for QPR against Brentford. Good point. Good. Neil's been watching Barnsley. Plenty of chances in the first half. Finishing not good. Second half, press forward. Finishing with a better goal and assist for Morris. Great goal for Morris as well. If you had to pick the other two to go down, we're assuming Wickham are down, are we? Hard to see past Birmingham at the moment. Something's got to give there. Top keepers in the league this year: Raya, Begovic, Foster, Krill. Yeah, no, I agree. I like Bentley as well for Bristol City. I need a Rotherham equaliser to go 9-3 on this set of predictions. That looks decent. I need to record my prediction results. We'll do a proper prediction league next season. We'll do it on Patreon. David says Sheffield Wednesday as another team to drop. Will the 6 points be the noose around Wednesday's neck? Bournemouth 1, Rotherham 0, 71 gone. We are in super stream mode, so let me reset and tell you what has happened today. I'll try and keep up with the ticker across the bottom that says Burnley 1, Fulham 1, Coventry 0, Norwich 2, Millwall 2, Birmingham 0, QPR 2, Brentford 1, Swansea 1, Forest 0. Some big results at the top. Barnsley 2, Blackburn 0. That's incorrect. It was Barnsley 2, Blackburn 1 in the end. And it's currently Bournemouth 1, Rotherham 0. So on the basis of it, a bad day for Brentford, given results in the top 6 going against them, essentially. Brentford losing. Referee Stroud has his yellow card out. Of course he does. Wes Harding has been booked. Harding, fair dues. Harding's late on Smith there. He's got no complaints with that one. Don't you drink any of the hard stuff anymore? I try not to do it every night. That's the issue. But yes, of course I do. Jim says, I still think Rotherham and Coventry drop if Wednesday don't. It'd be such a shame, wouldn't it, if having come up from League One, Wycombe, Rotherham and Cov all drop. Still could happen, I guess. Rotherham have certainly given it a good go recently. Coventry just before then, but Coventry's slip is real now over sort of 12 or 13 games. Nice ball by Wing out to Smith. Smith holds it up. Ola Sunday plays it into Wing again. Another good pass by Wing into Crooks. Certainly giving them a bit of extra quality in midfield there. Wing, the Middlesbrough lone player. Bournemouth, their shape looks good actually. Rotherham moving the ball around. Robertson out to Harding. Good football until Crooks tries to play a 1-2 with Harding. That's poor from Crooks. And out it goes. Any teams in the Championship that have never been in the Premier League would like to see get promoted? I'd love all the teams that have never been in the Premier League to have a go, even just to even it out. Important questions here from Jack. He's talking about Anne Robinson and Countdown. And now, are there any fish in the tank? Yes, some little guppies. The really important stuff here being covered. Stanislas, blind pass there to Rico, out for a corner. Quick, fleeting attack. Yeah, still nothing of a... I need the world to open up before I can afford to buy something to go up there, I have to say. They all look tired, even Brooks, who's only been on for 3 minutes. That's what Rotherham will do to you, isn't it? They'll tire you out. 1-0 Bournemouth, 74-46 on the clock. Stanislas corner from the left-hand side. In it comes right-footed, swinging into the back post. Good punch by Johansson. Surridge, who's good in the air, jumping with the Rotherham keeper. And he punches it away. Good goalkeeping there from Johansson. Oh, yeah. He didn't get much of a jump. He's kind of stretching away. And just fisted that one clear. Brooks is offside. And it's going to be a restart for Rotherham, who are about to make a double substitution. Hurst and I think Ladapo are going to come on. Paul Warren is going for it. Oh, there you go. Can we get me a shirt hung there, David? Jack, stop asking stupid questions. How many pens do I need? That many. It's a football channel. Here's Stanislas down the left-hand side. Clips that inside. Here's Smith. Big effort, lads, said Iain. I think that the cavalry is now coming off the bench with the stoppage time, about 18-20 to go. Although there's probably only going to be 3-4. I haven't seen much in the way of stoppages. Looks like Manchester City are romping to the Premier League. They're 3-1 up against Everton. Surridge is onside down the left-hand side. No, he's not. Linesman just waited until he played the ball. What's the earliest a team is guaranteed a playoff place? Well, probably Reading when they got 106. God, how about a Norwich shirt above my keyboard? Can you imagine? Can you imagine the Ipswich fans? Unless it's worth an absolute ton of money. Do I own any half and half scarves? I don't. I only own that football scarf. Do you know, I've got a nice piano scarf that a lovely lady knitted for me when I used to accompany her choir back in Ipswich. Ola Sunday has come off and Hurst has come on. Ladapo has come on. It's going to be triple sub actually for Rotherham. Right. Hurst, Ladapo and Giles on for Wing, Ola Sunday and Smith. So I don't know whether they're going to change shape, Rotherham. We'll figure this out as we go. Barnsley's sub made the difference tonight. Paul Lambert, if it's the shirt he wore in the European Cup final for Dortmund, then yes. Or Celtic in the UEFA Cup final. Otherwise, no. Absolutely no. He's not in my good books at the moment. Now you're talking. Joe, I've got Marcus Stewart's phone number, actually. I did an interview with him, so I could ask him very, very nicely, but we shouldn't exploit these contacts. Here's Wiles. Plays that one back to Johansson. Looking for Crooks, who's wrestling with Lerma. So it wasn't Crooks, it was Hurst. Here is Ladapo. This is Crooks. Nice turn by him. And then he's played it short. Although I think Wiles got caught. Good advantage by referee Stroud. Ladapo into the box. Big chance for Rotherham. He's put it over the bar. Goodness me. Paul Warren looks a bit crestfallen with that one. They were in on the right-hand side of the box. I thought Crooks had underhit that pass. Wiles does well. Richard Wood, really good play, is forward. There's plenty of pressure on Ladapo, but that is a chance. Actually, give Lloyd Kelly some credit. Ladapo tries to play it to the near post. Oh, Paul Warren holds his head. Chance there. Oh, my God. What a question that is. My favourite Ipswich manager out of Keane, Jewell and Lambert. Oh, they've got progressively worse. So Keane, but Keane was awful as well. It's a chance, Iain. It was a chance. Richard Wood did really well, controls it and plays Ladapo in. I don't think Bournemouth quite know how Rotherham are set up here, and Rotherham are certainly going for it. It looks like Hurst. Did Smith go off? Let me just check those subs. Yes, he did. So it's Hurst and Ladapo up top, but they've still got plenty of attacking stuff going. Yeah, obviously McCarthy's been the only decent appointment of the Evans era, hasn't he? It's like all the competence in our managers went into one manager, didn't it? Sadly. Mr. Keane, Mr. Jewell, Mr. Hurst and Mr. Lambert have not been very good at all. 80 minutes gone. Bournemouth 1, Rotherham 0. Here comes Ola Sunday. And Bournemouth on the break now with Brooks. Rotherham have got men back. It's good defending by the Millers. But it's fallen for Smith, who's chased by Giles. Smith has to go into Carter Vickers. And it's quite passive from Bournemouth this now. Looks like they're kind of sitting and waiting for their opening as Rotherham push on. Oh, just pause me, Jacob. Pause me, buddy, if you're not synced up. Thrown in from the right. Here is Crooks. Nice little help on to Robertson. Rotherham are going for this, I have to say. Giles on the left wing, inside to Robertson. Bournemouth, everybody back. Wiles to Giles. Good fun. Giles gets the cross into the near post. Carter Vickers does well to clear. Crooks completely outjumps Brooks, as you'd imagine. Ladapo, edge of the box. Ladapo to Hurst. Not a good ball back to Crooks. And Rotherham just get pushed back now as Bournemouth all push out a little bit. Low cross in again. Lloyd Kelly clears. It's all Rotherham at the moment. Just that they did create the big chance. That is the issue here. Will they get another one? Ladapo in the box, right-hand side. Kelly closing him down. Paul Warren telling referee Stroud that the restarts are taking rather a long time. Eli says, stunning 3 points. I'm confident on safety now. You should be if you're a Barnsley fan, yeah. Definitely look upwards, I think. Here is Billing, Rico, Stanislas down the left, inside to Lerma. He's got a bit of time on the ball. Lerma switches the play to Brooks. Nice first touch. Brooks holds on to it. Good feet by Brooks. Silky. Oh, nice play into Billing. Surridge over to Stanislas. Good football. Stanislas, thought he might have handballed it there. Chested it down. Here's Lerma. Lerma hits the shot charged down by Wiles. And it's cleared by Giles. And cleared. Throw in to Bournemouth on the right-hand side on halfway. They're taking their sweet time to take it. Lewis Cook should have been an amazing footballer. Such a shame about the injuries he suffered. Still not that old, is he? Lewis Cook playing in central midfield for the Cherries of Bournemouth. Smith throws it down the line and gets it back into Billing to Lewis Cook. The aforementioned Cook keeps the ball. Carter Vickers gives it him back. Cook now drives forward, dictating the play. Nice switch of play by Cook. Headed out by Ihekwa. Looks like Ben Pearson's going to come on for the last 6 minutes or so of real time. Ordering 4 large fries from McDonald's might have been a bit greedy. Just 4 large fries, no burger. Could Man City actually do the quadruple? Maybe. Hey? Lewis Cook still has lots of potential to move to a bigger club, for sure. Keep hold. Shock of all shocks. Wallace has played well recently. The much maligned Wallace. It's like been added to his name by Deedpold. The much maligned Wallace. You're very consistent, aren't you, Jack? What, persistent? No, I think it's a terrible idea, Harry Redknapp to it. But he's good friends with Marcus Evans, I have to say. Odds on a red card for Pearson. He'd be doing well in 5 minutes. I don't think even he's capable of that. Into the channel from Bournemouth. And they've won the throw in there. Rico played it down the line. Out it goes off Olusunde. Here comes Pearson. So Lewis Cook off. Ben Pearson on. Like for like swap in central midfield. 4 fries from McDonald's is nothing. 4 portions of chips from the Chippy is a real hard work. Consistent and persistent are my middle names. Jack, consistent, persistent, hunt him in. Nice. Who isn't Harry Redknapp? Good friends with me. Good point. Especially incredibly wealthy people like Marcus Evans. Oh, nice give and go. Here's Lerma, edge of the box. Lerma hits a shot low. Good save by Yo Hansen. Time check TN says 86. 39. Taxman, that's tremendous. Good thread, you lot. Well done. You've amused me. Good old Harry. Who will have a very vested interest, I'm sure, in who the next Bournemouth manager is. Self-confessed Bournemouth fan, isn't he, Harry? Richard Wood heads on, looking for Ladapo. Begovic gathers and falls to the ground. As every goalkeeper worth his salt does when his team's winning and there's only 3 minutes to go. Cheat day on Friday. Fish and chips and cakes. Lovely. God, I couldn't do 4 portions of chip shop chips. No, way too filling. Smith's trying to get down the line there. Just chased by Ladapo. Could not quite do the honours. $87.40 gone. Let's have a look at the league table. and see the state of play. It's not the worst day in the world for Rotherham on the basis that Coventry... What on earth is that advert down there? New glass. Can I close that down? That's annoying me now. There we go. Yeah, on the basis that Sheffield Wednesday lost last night, didn't they? Birmingham have lost. Wickham lost. Coventry lost. Huddersfield lost. Forest lost. Basically, completely as you were at the bottom. Only Derby and QPR. God, look at that entire bottom half there. My God. Everybody lost. Everybody's dead, Dave. Says Norman. What was his surname? Guy in Red Dwarf. Norman. I met him as well. Norman Lovett. I can't remember. What's that comedian called? Someone will tell me in the chat, won't they? Harry Redknapp owns half of Bournemouth. I blame him. Liam loves Jamie Redknapp, doesn't he? Tremendous. Wickham Brum and Coventry will go this season, I'm sure of it. I hope not. Not good. Norman Lovett. Thank you. Nico Crenshaw, Peter Crouch, Jermaine Defoe. Get him in. Go on, Harry. Yeah, I saw stand-up of Norman Lovett. Not the worst, but a point would have been nice. Glad we're competing, though. It could still happen. We're not in stoppage time yet, but we have an offside call there. 89:30 on the clock. Begovic taking his time. I think it says 5 minutes on the electronic scoreboard. 5 minutes of stoppage time. Cameron Carter Vickers to sign on the permanent. It's not a permanent one. So he's still got that nice Spurs contract. He's riding that out, isn't he? Forest will be fine. Have a tough run of fixtures in April. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be. If I was a QPR fan, a Forest fan, a Derby fan, I think their runs of late would make you think that they're probably not going to be going down. Can still happen, I guess, but it'll have to be a bad run now. Sheffield Wednesday just noose with those 6-point deduction, isn't it? Billing wins a throw-in. We are 40 seconds into stoppage time. And the ball is not where Rotherham want it because it's a throw-in right next to the corner flag that Smith is slowly taking. Smith crosses in. It's gone loose to Lerma. Lerma flips it out to Stanislas, who's onside. Stanislas hits a good shot that Johansson has to save. Pushes it around the post. Bet365 getting very excited, thinking that was a goal. Nothing of the sort. It's going to be a corner to Bournemouth, though. I always get asked this. Any interest in metal? Not really, no. I think the heaviest I go is rock. I think we discussed this the other day, didn't we? Here come Rotherham. They've got out now. Oh, but they've given it away. Oh, no, they've won it back. Oh, all very messy. It's back with Brooks now, who plays it to Stanislas. Stanislas is in the box. Stanislas sorts his feet out, hits the shot low. Good block. He's Billing now. Billing shoots and cleared away by Ehekwa. Brooks on the edge of the box. He engineers it on his left foot. That's poor from Brooks. He tries to swing it in the corner, and it's going to be a restart for Rotherham. It's going to be a goal kick. 92-23 played. That was a good few minutes that for Bournemouth. Rotherham haven't got out of their own third. And Billing is staying down. Let's put Bet365 in the fake news sim in. I think that's a great idea, even though they do offer an excellent service. But in they go. Bet365, get in the bin. 93 minutes played now. You're going to have to add an extra minute on to this because billing is down. And billing trots slowly to the sideline. Referee Stroud is surrounded by Bournemouth players. He's given a drop ball. Bournemouth players vexatiously arguing with referee Stroud, who tells everybody to calm down. He held up 2 fingers there. I think he might be adding 2 more minutes on here, so he might go up to 97. Here comes Stanislas down the left, though. Nice feet from Stanislas. Oh, terrible pass. Easy ball to Brooks, and he just plays it behind him. Here comes Wiles. Pearson looked like he was about to decapitate him, thought better of it. And that's poor from Ihekwa. Sticks it straight out of play. Jeff Lerma is crouching down, and he has now gone down. Bournemouth properly S-housing this stoppage time. Stroud already said he was going to add 2 on. I suspect we're going to play 98 or 99 minutes in this one because now Lerma is sat on his backside. He's now back up. Begovic is rubbing Lerma's left calf. We've played 94 minutes and 27. Surridge flicks that one on. And back it goes to Johansson. Bet365, your fake news. You should be ashamed of it. Here comes Surridge. Surridge hits a shot low. Easy for Johansson. Huddersfield are not safe. No, they're not, are they? Huge slip. Hate to say this as a canary. Benjamin Bloom, watch. Oh, well, obviously, we're good friends with Jack, so very nice of you to say, but great work from them. Still here over an hour after Norwich game things. We're all right, us Ipswich fans. Judge people on their content of their character, not the football team as well. Very kind words, though. James. What a fantastic set of results for us Super Hoops. Well, Simon, you're the only winners in the bottom half for sure, aren't they? Yeah, let me look at that table again. Yeah, QPR and Derby had a lovely old round, haven't they? We need to win this. I don't care if we fake 100 injuries. They're in a lovely time, aren't they? Squeed, weed, wee. Right. We've already played 96 minutes, but Bournemouth has been S-housing this stoppage time, so I suspect we've got another couple to go. So we're an extra minute over the extra stoppage time, but I'm sure even the most hardened Bournemouth fan will understand Mr. Stroud not blowing up quite yet. But Bournemouth doing well, killing time a bit more legally now. Winning a throw in the corner. Brooks is going to take his time. Brooks throws it into Billing. And that is it. Referee Stroud plays about another couple of minutes extra. But it is full time. And it was Bournemouth 1, Rotherham 0. Not massively convincing, but they did the job. And we think we await the new manager tomorrow. Thank you, Jed. £5 super chat. Thank you, sir. Right. Let's just bung through these results and I'll leave you to your evening. We'll be back with a review show tomorrow at 1 p.m. We may be even doing a new manager video tomorrow morning as it pertains to Bournemouth. Right. Burnley 1, Fulham 1 in the Premier League. Coventry 0, Norwich 2. Millwall 2, Birmingham 0. QPR 2, Brentford 1. Swansea 1, Forest 0. Barnsley 2, Blackburn 1. Bournemouth 1, Rotherham 0. There is the live league table, which is now concluded for the round of games. So it was a very bad day if you were Brentford, because look at the top half. 10 out of the top 11 won, except for Brentford. Look at that. Norwich won, Swansea won, Watford won, Reading won, Bournemouth won, Cardiff won, Borough won, Stoke won, Barnsley won, and Millwall won. So basically, you know what that means. There were no draws, and the top half all won, and the bottom half all lost, except for Brentford in the top half and QPR and Derby in the bottom half. So huge split in the table there. So it's kind of as you were, really. Nothing has changed unless you're Brentford, in which case you've lost two games back to back, or QPR and Derby down the bottom there in the bottom half. So we'll deal with this all on the review show. Unlucky, Iain, but the results haven't been too unkind. As I say, the results have only been unkind to Brentford, really, haven't they? In terms of everybody around them winning and them losing. Jed, thank you. Just for Barnsley's second half. Thank you, Jed. Very, very kind. Nice job. Next up, Cara Road, says Iain. What happened to managers like David Wagner? I think it was a lightning in a bottle season for Wagner. He hasn't done anything since, has he? Good effort by Rotherham. Tough luck. Very happy, Jacob. Good for you. Good win for the Cherries. And they stick that 6-point gap in back over a chasing McCarthy and Warnock. You don't want to be chased by McCarthy and Warnock in the Championship. Wow, Stephen. Boom. So kind. Very, very, very kind of you. 15 quid super chat. That's very, very kind. Excellent work. Thank you so much. How many minutes were played in the Bournemouth game? Lots. But yeah, a bit of dark arts by Bournemouth at the end, but everybody does it, don't they? Lee says, a great win for Barnsley. Yet again, don't care if you make the playoffs. Barnsley are exceeding my expectations. Big picture, Barnsley doing great, aren't they? And remember, stoppage time avoided relegation last season, didn't they? Right, thank you all for watching. We're nearly 3.5 hours into the Super Chat, so I'm going to go downstairs and try and go to bed, I think. Join me tomorrow for I haven't even got my whiteboard updated. The review show will be at 1 p.m. Don't know what else. Just got a funny feeling that we're going to either be doing a firing video for Birmingham or a hiring video for Bournemouth. So we will see. Thank you, One Eye Oddballs. Up the Swans, indeed. And we will see you all tomorrow. Thank you again, David, who is our fan sponsor. That's Russ. He gets a free shout out there. David of our Super Streams, fan of the channel, happy to support great content. Lovely stuff. Thank you, guys. All that remains for me to do is say over and out, and see you all tomorrow, 1 p.m. for the review show. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button, and to be notified every time we upload, ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I will be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.